You know, I would say that's been pent up and waiting for days, but I do that every day when I'm by myself. Sam, how you doing today? Yeah, I know, sheltering and staying, sheltering at home, sheltering at home. Well, on the West Coast, anyway, a lot of states are opening up now, but that's none of our business. 49ers officially announced signings of running back Salvon Ahmed. Who is that? But anyway, quarterback Nick Mullins will return for another season to back up Jimmy G. And I got to tell you, fam, I got a whole lot of respect for Nick Mullins. I'm not going to jump on board with the guys and say, put Jimmy G on the bench and start. Nick, I'm not with that group. But I tell you what, I do appreciate the fact that if something happens, Nick, and I say Nick Foles and Nick Mullins. You know how Nick Foles could come in and run the Eagles offense when he was there and keep it going as clean as a whistle? Nick Mullins, I got a feeling it might not be quite as clean as a whistle, but it'll be potentially devastating. And now what he's learned, you know what, though? I can't wait to see Nick Are we going to get an off-season, preseason? I want to see Nick play so bad. I want to just see how he looks now compared to what he looked like 2 years ago. And see if he's probably progressed. He's probably gotten a little sharper. He's probably become a little bit more NFL worthy. He always was. I mean, when he came in that year and he beat up the Hawks and the Raiders, he was everybody's favorite dude, man. Come on, Nick. But anyway, headline, 49ers who may be on the hot seat since the 2020 draft. It's too early to start measuring the bubble strength on these guys, fam. Of last season's, yet. But as new players come in from the draft, they either take a job or they continue looking for one of their own. So Javon Kinlaw is a Dean lineman with big potential that could affect Solomon T. The Niners went and got not one but two wide receivers in the first round. Dante will have to stave them off, and that is going to be a huge undertaking for Mrs. Pettis' baby boy. I don't know what he's going to. Dante, you got to come on, Dante. I didn't realize it, but Justice Skule in 8 starts had a really rough performance. I didn't really realize it was that bad. I'll get into that in a minute. Anyway, let's go down through Dante Pettis. Let's start with Dante. Now, we all know Dante has been on the hot seat. That's no secret. We've done that for quite some time now. And he's with only 38 catches and 576 yards in 2 seasons. A second-round pick hasn't lived up to the picking. He also seems to have fallen out of favor with Coach Shanahan, as Dante didn't get any playing time after Week 12 last season. I was trying to remember which week was it that Dante all of a sudden became MIA. It was from Week 12 on, and he was a healthy scratch for the Super Bowl. Now, this is always a bad, bad sign. That means a coach has no faith in you whatsoever. If the lack of production and snaps weren't enough of an ominous sign for the Pettis man, draft weekend certainly was. The Niners spent a first-round pick on wide receiver Brandon Aiyuk and continued to address the position with Jawan Jennings on day 3. And if that wasn't bad enough, Chris Finke from the undrafted free agent market comes rolling in and they sign him up too. Now, among many others, Dante P will be entering a camp battle for a roster spot, probably with Jennings and Finkel, because I don't know that anybody else is Dante up on the depth chart on. Dante, what are you doing about this? Come on, Dante, man. I had I put you on my mock draft that year. I just knew you were going to be the next shiznit of the 49ers. And what do? You come in and you wussy out. And I say wussy out because your skills, you may be one of the most talented guys on the roster. Why don't you apply that? Bring an attitude. Don't let anybody push you around like that. Here's the thing. Dante Pettis, Gary Pettis, MLB, and a good one at that, right? he didn't. Maybe Dante took after his mama. You know what? Though the baseball players are on the road a lot during the course of the year. Maybe he just wasn't there to. Man, I just don't understand. It's a waste. And then you got Solomon Thomas, right? To a lesser extent, but similar to Dante P. Solomon T. Has been a bit of a disappointment for the Niners, to say the least, after becoming the third overall selection. It actually should have been number 2 in 2017. But the Bulls, the Bears were silly enough to make that trade down, and the 49ers weren't interested in Trubisky anyway. But they gave up the picks. So he's only managed to rack up 6 sacks. I didn't really know it was that low. 6 sacks in the entire time he's been with 6, and 16 tackles for a loss. And he has recorded PFF grades in the 50s. See, these are the numbers I don't pay attention to because when I don't really care for a player's performance, I don't look into what they're doing. I just know that I'm not happy, right? But I didn't know it was this bad. 50s in 2 of the 3 seasons. The only year he managed to break the 50 mark was 2018, and in that year he got a 63.5. These are just the numbers and facts. I mean, no matter how you feel about these players, if you're biased, you didn't like them in the first place, it doesn't matter. The numbers say very bad things. DeForest Buckner out of the picture. It looked like 2020 was going to be Thomas's chance to turn things around and become one of the dudes of the Niners D-line, right? You would think. Here he comes. Because people were starting to say, Dante can go in there and fill in. And I had my reservations when I heard that. I couldn't jump on that. I was hoping. But what did the team do? Solomon T's own classmate from Stanford, John Lynch, jumped up and called Javon Kinlaw's name with the 14th overall pick, which immediately changed about to become one of the dudes status. Immediately, Thomas will have a roster spot on this fall, but his role in future with the team beyond is questionable. I mean, the thing is, I don't. Do you think he could beat Kinlaw out? I can't imagine that. They're two different kind of players, and they bring two different kind of. I don't know. I feel bad for him though because, you know what though? This is the life he chose. He had to come in with his sword pulled and blood in his eye. That's just the way it works. You can't be sympathetic for these guys. They've got to go out there and do it or not. Darwinism is alive and well in Santa Clara, fam. Those who are strong will survive. That's the bottom line. Justin Skule, after being a 6th-round pick, just making the team and getting significant playing time, that was in itself was an accomplishment for him as a rookie, right? He filled in at left tackle when Joe Staley went down. He struggled to fill the shoes of all pros. Joe, in 8 starts, and here again, I didn't look at the numbers. I hadn't really noticed. He allowed 6 sacks. 6. 23 pressures. Oh, that's really scary to look at. And finished the year with a PFF pass blocking grade of 45.1. Now, meanwhile, you got Daniel Brunskill only allowed 2 sacks and 9 pressures with a pass blocking grade of 80.9, which is why Persons had to take a hike, while filling at both tackle spots and right guard last season as well. Kyle, why didn't you put him in during the Super Bowl? Okay. That type of performance is likely part of the reason the 49ers used their 5th-round selection on Colton McKivitz. Now, in the last 2 seasons of West Virginia, McKivitz has allowed 3 sacks, 23 total pressures, and recorded pass blocking grades of 82.5 and 84.9. You got to keep your guys around the 80s. 45, well, that's just terrible. Now, with the Brunskill outperforming Skule to that degree, Skule went to a training camp in a battle with McKivitz for the team's 4th tackle spot on the roster, most likely. Now, I know this isn't Monday Night Raw, and I shouldn't be in all these negativities. I'm just looking for it because I'm thinking, this is a Super Bowl team, fam. We cannot sit around and watch guys come in there in these close games be the reason why we lost, And again, I ask, what is going to happen here? What are you expecting from this competition? Also, any other current members that could be moved out of their locker, clean that puppy out, is something we would be interested in on Your Thinking Today. And no, Brock Rutter is not going to put Jimmy G on the ball. Don't start it. Don't even start it. Listen, I got to tell you, you know what's funny about Brock? The 49ers had $279 just laying around, and they gave it to Brock. And why? Because they just didn't want to just lay it around for waste. So Brock's probably thinking, a $279 bonus? When you're an undrafted free agent, you think the 49ers might get the wrong idea, right? Ooh, they like me. I tell you what, Brock, though, Brock should actually, you hate to, CJ, you know what, though, I got to say, can he beat CJ out? From what people are saying, they like him a lot. I've not looked at him. I've been doing a lot of things. I got something special for you tomorrow, I'll tell you about later, but okay, anyway, let's check out up here. Hey, Niner Max, thanks, fam. He says, I believe in Pettis. Just watch Ronbo. Yes, I will watch. Listen, nobody's going to be happy that I am if Pettis does a good job. I like Pettis. Make no mistake, I never said I didn't like him. I am PO'd because I know he can play better than he does. He's got glamorous movement out there. If he wants to, I don't believe there's really a cornerback in the NFL that can actually stop Dante Pettis. If he doesn't want them to and he really puts his mind to it. You've seen him move. You've seen his freakish abilities. Dante can play some ball. Mr. Block Ice, it's Pettis, Witherspoon, and Solomon Thomas, no doubt. That's on the hot seat. I heard that today that we ain't going for the fifth-year option on Thomas, so the clock ticks for these guys. They already mentioned that. I guess it was made official today or something like that. I mean, they had already said that they were picking up Solomon T's fifth-year option a month or two ago. Hi, Cynthia! And Ray Jr. Hey, Mike Florio actually gave props to the Niners. I'm impressed. But he also went ahead, and Mike Florio's still starting little rumors. He says, I think that Kyle Shanahan intentionally keeps information away from John Lynch. Florio, stop it, man. First of all, he pushed that narrative all offseason long up until a point, until they finally corrected him. Yes, the 49ers are smoking hot for Tom Brady, and they're going to do what they can to make a deal with the Patriots to send Jimmy Garoppolo backpacking to New England. Oh, shut up, Mike. Hey, and Mark Rich, hey, what's up? Repping the Niners all day. What's up, Mark Rich? Kyle Baker, Solomon Thomas needs to have a 10-sack season from the stay with the 49ers, probably. I imagine the goal is high for him, and if he doesn't do a certain amount. And let's say from his position also that Javon Kinlaw comes out and now performs him. That's it. It's over. I hope him luck, though. Peter Gorman, hey, all our DBs are free agents next year. I'll tell you more about that. Let me put on my ears and go see what's going on with Dre, who's always got insights on these things. Hey, Dre, what's going on, man?
Yo.
Dre, man, I kind of start my target of cutting fat already. But Dre, your observations on the people on the hot seating. Are they hot seating? Am I going too far with this? Should I give them a shot? Should I hush and wait? What do you think?
So Solomon, I mean, we're going to see him another year.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just not picking up his fifth-year option, which makes sense. That $12 million to be parlayed into Georgia's contract for next year. Dante, I think he's going to have a hard time making it through a training camp without being cut. That wide receiver room is extremely deep, Ronbo.
Just too many people.
Really deep, man.
Talent.
There's a guy from Notre Dame, man, Chris Finke. I really like him.
See?
I really like him. I like him even more than Javon Kinlaw. And the reason for that is because his route running.
See?
His route running is pristine. He's in and out of cuts very quick. He has very good hands. Javon, yes, he's a good wide receiver. He's great for highlights, but he's not going to be able to get much separation, especially playing in the slot where you have guys who are fast guys. The slot receivers are shit guys who run great routes. So I like Chris Finke more than I like Javon Jennings. I might get back for that, but that's just me personally. Who is this other picture? Is it Justin Skule?
Yeah. Did you know Justin Skule was doing that bad? I didn't know he was doing that poorly until I seen the digits, and I said, really?
I don't
45?
really look at them. Nah, Ronbo, this guy was a 7th rounder, man. Played his first game against Myles Garrett. He was like first in the competition. From what I've seen, man, he had a pretty damn good year for the 7th round draft pick.
Well, considering that, true.
Yeah, I don't think they're just going to cut either.
Dre, the thing is, though, you figure an offensive lineman, 7th round pick. The 49ers aren't going to be real patient with that because it puts the entire offense in jeopardy. You need to be somewhat consistent. We got to be able to trust you. He got killed against that night. He got pulled. Was that the Hawks? And Brunskill came in and put the fire out. So you see, that doesn't bode. We'll see what he looks like. Maybe he improved since last year. He could have been going too fast for him too soon. He shouldn't have been in there so early in the season anyway.
He was starting his 3rd game into the season, and like I said, man, his first game was against Myles Garrett. Did he look good against Myles Garrett? I believe he did.
No.
What
and
are you
that had to
talking
scare
about?
him to death.
And he looked pretty damn good against Myles Garrett. He wasn't in no trouble in that game.
Garrett didn't get
loose one time.
I think Garrett got the only sack, but it took him all game to get it. He didn't get it. He wasn't just beating Skule up all game long.
He got that sack at the end of the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It took him a long time. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I think Justin Skule is a good young player, man. Like, you just don't throw away that guy who can come in and, the thing is, when those 6 games that he played, did we lose a game? No, we didn't lose a game until until Joe Staley and Mike McGlinchey came back. So I mean,
that's an ugly truth. It is true.
So how could he be on the chopping block? That don't make no sense.
Well,
we got extremely better, man. We got extremely better on the offensive line. I love Joe Staley. I love the guy. But man, he ain't no Trent Williams. He's not no Trent.
Yeah, everybody's saying that. I got to see Trent more because I don't know a lot about him. I need to go back to watch some Skills games.
Ronbo. Watch the game when he had to play against the Chargers, against Bosa, and that other guy, man. Oh my God, he was tossing Joey around, bruh. I'm telling you, Trent Williams is better than Joe Staley. Yeah, he's on another level. I'm sorry. I've just got to keep it real, man. Yeah, he's on another level, man. That line got way better with Trent Williams. He was the unanimous decision for being the best left tackle in the game when he was in the game. And in the last season he basically played without a kneecap, Ronbo. And he still had a 93 PFF, and he went to the Pro Bowl, and he only played 10 games, and he still went to the Pro Bowl, and he played with one kneecap, bro. One kneecap. Yeah. He played with one kneecap.
And Joe Staley loves him. Joe fully endorses him too, and is delighted that he's come on over. So you're right. Hey, you got Joe Staley's support. we got to wrap it up, fam. Damn, Dre, I'm gonna see you tomorrow. Oh no. Yeah, I'm going to see you tomorrow, possibly. I'll tell you more about that in a minute. All right.
All right, man. Shout out to the TNT fam, man. Trey, Big Show, Derek Fresh, Russo, Shay, all the guys out there, man. Like I said, man, we got a lot better in this draft. Like I said, I did research for the last couple of days. There's never been a team in the NFL to trade for a 7-time Pro Bowl on the 3rd day of the draft. Never happened.
I tell you,
it's never happened.
It's just outstanding.
Yeah, man. Shout out to John Kyle Shanahan for that one because they pulled a rabbit out the hat.
All right, Dre. Have a good night, fam.
All right.
Yeah, the only thing I'm waiting for now is Jed York to announce that he's extended the contracts of both John and Kyle for 4 additional years. Jed, don't. Jed said, "Listen, it's my money." And if they fall down, I want to be able to have the option of getting out of them. Shut up, Jed. Shut up. Hey, area code is 775. Hello. 775 area code. 775. See, a lot of people take and use somebody else's phone. They don't really realize who I'm talking to sometimes. Hey,
Hey, Ronbo.
Who is this? That must be 775.
Yeah,
Hey,
so fast.
Yeah, hey, what is your name?
Niner Mag. I called him like last year.
Wait. Did you say your name is Niner Mike?
Niner Mag.
Oh, Niner Mags. Niner Mags, right? M-A-G-Z. Mags.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Niner Mags. What's up, man?
What's up, Ronbo?
Trying to figure out why we don't have your name on it. Okay. I'm, sitting back here, man, when we're looking at players, because the team is so good now that you have to look at guys that are even marginal players and say, I think they're not going to make it. We've gotten to that point. It's no longer about slight mediocrity. You need to be good to make this team now. And that does not include Dante Pettis. Huh?
You don't think Pettis going to make the team? Or?
I kind of think in the back of my mind, but I keep wondering, who are they going to drop to allow Dante to take up a roster spot? It worries me, Niner Max, because the thing is, Dante's not pulling his weight. He's not doing all he can do. If I see a player that's not playing up to his capabilities, I'm telling you right, I have a problem with that. And I tell him early, look, Dante, you know what? You can play lots better. I'm going to tell you this right now. Either play up to your abilities or I got to say goodbye. I don't care what your potential is about now. You're bothering me. I don't let him know. So another player.
I think he's going to do good this year.
You think so? I hope so.
I think he's just going through like a sophomore slump.
Hey, maybe that's what it was. Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah.
How about Solomon
rookie year, everybody was hyped up on him.
Oh, I was hanging all over him, man. I said, look at this. He's broken Jerry Rice.
He was on your Ronbo sports team, right?
Yes.
Witherspoon.
Oh, Dante was like, the thing is, he did a Jerry Rice. He did a better rookie season than Jerry Rice. Good God.
That's true.
Come on.
I think he deserves another chance just because of that. Yeah.
Well, he's going to get one. He's definitely going to get one. How about Solomon T? Does he make this? Solomon's going to make the roster, but he's going to have a role where he can expand. He's going to be sort of playing a bit part again like he did last year, though. So his contract's going to get reduced. Next year they may offer him a contract, but it's going to be tiny money compared to what he should be getting as a first round pick. Oh, Mags, it's not looking good.
Yeah, I don't know about Solomon T. He's had a lot of time. He hasn't really done nothing.
Yeah.
I think Kinlaw's going to take him out,
Eric Armstead had the same problem. No, you remember they said 49ers, they first weren't going to pick up his fifth-year option. Laken Tomlinson, same thing. They weren't going to pick up his fifth-year option. And both of them played it up.
Pump him up.
Didn't it? Yeah.
To play to his capability,
That'll get a guy's mind in action. I'm not going to be a football player anymore? Oh, God. Life after football, what's that like? And then they get to work, see? So maybe they do that on purpose.
Yeah, I remember seeing him in college. He was a beast in college.
Yeah.
I don't know why he can't do nothing in the NFL.
Too much talent around him. Max, did you want Solomon T coming out of the draft? Because I thought we had too many players just like him already. I said he's not going to beat out Eric Armstead. He's not going to beat. We already got Ronnie Blair. Why do I need Solomon? I got two guys that he's going to have a trouble beating out. He came in, he looked good for a few minutes, thought he might be okay, and then all of a sudden, sliding down.
Yeah, I think we should have got somebody else. I remember McCaffrey was in that draft. I think we should have got McCaffrey. Yeah.
I wish. He was my first-round pick. Even though people said, come on, Rumble, man, you can't mock up a running back in the first round. Look at McCaffrey now. Knew it.
Yeah. And imagine we would have got him. He would have been an all-pro.
In Kyle's offense?
In Kyle's offense, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, didn't they sign him to an extension, the Panthers?
McCaffrey? It's the highest paid running back. Let's see.
Highest paid running back in the league.
Hey, that really is saying something when you consider what Zeke is getting. I just realized that is saying something.
After Zeke got paid, he hasn't done nothing,
And that happens to some guy. Too often, actually. So we're going to see.
Yeah. Well, that's all I want to say. I just want to give him Pettis another chance this year. After this year, we should probably cut him after this year. But
There's gonna
I
be
think
people
this year
wearing.
should be a Skule year.
Could be people are wearing T-shirts now. on the Dante Pettis. Oh, I gotta think of a slogan for the T-shirt though for Dante Pettis. Dante Pettis Club, let's go.
Hey, sign me up for that clothes right there.
Fam, I gotta tell you, I talk about it, but I really want. I hope we can do better. Natty Max, hey, good to hear you
Yeah, I
checking
hear
in.
you. I hear you talking about him a lot.
You can see. That's how come. You can tell. I like him. I know he can do better. All right, fam. I'll talk to you later. Great to hear from you.
I just want to give a shout out to Poodle Niners, my homie in Santa Rosa.
What's his name?
Poodle Niners, 707.
All right.
Yeah.
Santa Rosa.
All right, Ronbo.
Nice city.
Have a good day, man.
You too, fam.
Right.
And let me bring him in. For the ride. Rod, get on in here, man.
Finally, the rod has come back to Ronbo Live.
Right.
Ronbo.
Oh, Rod, man. I should have waited till Monday night, but I looked at this and I looked at some of the digits. You got to be careful about looking at digits of players. They'll make you mad every time or they make you real glad, you know. So I'm looking I'm saying, Dante,
Right.
Seriously, Dante? You had one season and it looked like you just quit. Come on, Dante. Don't work like that in the NFL. And Solomon T, you know, I've been from Solomon T from day one. I can't get mad at anybody's personal life, but I thought with all that, he'd be good or better now, and we're still looking at the same Solomon T for the most part. And Justin Skule is just on there because we got too many guys playing on the offensive line that are just good. Skule is just the last one on the list. He could have potential.
Well, look, first, let me say this right here, man, about Solid T. I mean, I'm not going to make this one here long because we talk about this shit all the time. It's like, man,
no, and that says something right there.
Yeah, you know, but y'all, I mean, for real though, the Niner Empire be acting like we forget that bruh came out of college like top number, like I think top 2 defensive tackle.
Mm.
We bring him in, and what do we do immediately? We move him from the spot that he played in college to the defensive end spot. The man was not a defensive end. You got to put some of that on coaching, man.
That's true.
So it's like, you know, if he comes and plays a position that he did not play beforehand, and he does not look as good as he did playing the position that he was playing, then I mean, how is that his fault? I don't get that. I mean, it's the coordinator's responsibility to develop the players. So I mean, I just don't get it. A first round pick, come on, dog.
Right.
3 overall, come on, dog.
And Rod, you know, the thing is, you would think the 49ers would take responsibility for that. I think every now and then we did hear Saleh say some things that alluded toward the fact that he would give Saleh excuses and things like that. Because you're right. They probably did feel like, well, maybe we put him in a position where he can't really succeed. And let's give him another look here. Let's give him a look there. I feel you on that. I do. I really do.
And I mean, I had no problem with him putting them in the third down packages, you know, in nickel opportunities on the defensive end, because, you know, that's a different type of scenario, situation. True. But, you know, I mean, moving on though, man, I mean, you know, I still think after the draft, we're in a better position than we were beforehand. I mean, the Kinlaw pick, man, was just brilliant, man. 'Cause it's like you guys said, you know, we don't have to plug him in immediately. And, you know, keep in mind, Armstead obviously is going to play one of those defensive tackle positions. And then we still got DJ Jones coming back. I think the fact that we allowed Phil today to go.
I keep forgetting about that. Jones. Because I don't want Armstead out of position too many times. I mean, he's not out of position over there. But I want Armstead where he was at strongest at as much as we can. But you know what,
Ronbo? But you can't forget, though, he's versatile.
Yes,
and that's the good thing about this defense, because that's what made Seattle so sharp. It was
guys
that, you know,
all to play all over the line. Yeah.
Right. And I mean, you know, like I said before, man, I mean, every scenario has been different upon the years, because if you think about it, man, let's go back to the years when the Empire all wanted to get rid of Saleh. But remember, the Rod kept making the point, look, we still didn't have the talent we needed.
You and me
the only
both.
thing we really had at that time was the number one picks on the defensive line.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, we had to develop Fred Warner.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Kello went through his hurdles. He started off good. He regressed later on. But it's like, you know, sometimes I just feel like when everybody's not hitting on their cylinders, we just be too ready to just say, let's let them go. And, I mean, I learned a lesson from you on that myself, bro, with Jimmy Ward. You know, dude kept getting hurt. But without Jimmy Ward's play last season, do we get to a Super Bowl?
He made a lot of key plays. And people think just because he wasn't out there ball hawking all day, he wasn't doing nothing. Oh, there was many times that quarterback looked up and seen that if he let that ball fly, it was in Ward's hands. See, that's the thing people don't understand about defensive backs. You cause that quarterback to hesitate, now your defensive line, which is already crazy, can make their move. It's all a part of the game.
Right.
Yeah.
And who's to say that Jimmy Ward can't turn into the Earl Thomas type to get picks next year now that he's had a real full season of good health in this defense?
Quarterbacks got to go downfield on us. If they do, I got a feeling quarterbacks Rod, only 2 or 3 quarterbacks all year got a chance to throw the ball downfield. Mahomes in the Super Bowl, unfortunately. Think who else? Aaron Rodgers tried, got picked off. You throw that ball over 40 yards, you're going to get picked. Especially under the pressure you've been under, and you had to release it a little quicker than you wanted to. That's pick city.
Yeah.
We should have got more, but the quarterbacks got dropped to their knees quick. That defensive line was nasty.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, it's like you said, man, the biggest problems we had with quarterbacks last year were the quarterbacks with the ability to run outside that pocket. You know, Lamar Jackson was great. Kyler Murray gave us fits. Even Russell Wilson had the first good game in Seattle. It wasn't a great game, but you know, he still put a Russell Wilson type number. So
yeah, well,
but
we go get him. They can make some adjustments on the defensive line to work on that this next year, though. Rod, we got to roll. Hey, Rod, let me holler you on out. See you tomorrow.
All right, man. It's been fun, bros. I'll hit you up and shout out to the Empire, Ronbo.
Yeah.
Send me home.
Niners for the ride down Bell Rider Roll Tide. All right, Rod.
All right, we'll catch the next one, bro.
Looking forward. Here he is. There he is. Hey, Jack. Come on in, Jack.
Oh, man. Boy, do I love today. All right, because we are going to enjoy this conversation. Are you ready for this one?
I'm always ready for you, Jack. Yes.
I got three really quick things I want you guys to hear. I'm going to go back because, you know, your boy never gets the credit. So, number one, here we go. We'll be really quick.
Jack?
Have over 2 spots that can be overtaken for a starting position. So we're going to find our guy, whether it be LaVisca Chenault or if
who's LaVisca?
LaVisca Chenault, the wide receiver from Colorado, or Brandon Aiyuk, which I mentioned a few weeks ago. But
there you go. I mentioned Brandon Aiyuk on February 26th.
Jack's going back to get proof.
That was a few weeks before that. Okay, and really quick, we're gonna finish it up with two things really quick. Here we go, right here.
Hopkins, which might take over a year, and Russ has problems.
Okay. Let me go back. Remember when we talked about Javon Kinlaw?
I'm sorry for bragging all the damn time.
Remember that when you said he would be better than DeForest Buckner?
Okay.
Okay. Check this out right now. March 18th.
I love Kinlaw. I think we should get this homeboy. You know, he might even be better than Buckner at that position.
Did you hear that?
Yes, loudly and clearly.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. All the hate I get, man. I even said Matt Breida when McKinnon was injured. I was the only guy during preseason that said I think Matt Breida is better than McKinnon. And look, he showed out that year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So Cool Whip, thank you for trying to get the limelight, but it was actually me that said that Aiyuk and Javon Kinlaw, and you wrote that shit down on draft day, but forgot what I said on March 18th and also the previous month about Aiyuk. So there you go, baby. All right, and as far as the undrafted free agent goes, I think I just have their names written down, but the running back, you know what I'm talking about.
The one we just picked up?
The undrafted free agent, that boy's going to be an all-star in this in my Shanahan system.
Really? I got to look at these guys. I've been doing a million things and haven't got a chance to look at all my undrafted free agents. And we got a star in that group? Other than
we got a star in that group.
Well,
I'm telling you, the fullback from Fresno State. I see what John Lynch is doing. I see what Kyle Shanahan's doing. What they're doing is saying, okay, how can we save the money like we did with DeForest Buckner? Let's groom these guys, because that guy's just like Juice, man. He's just like Juszczyk. This guy's a all-American wrestler from Fresno State, fullback. I can't even think of it. And the tight end who converted from a wide receiver that we got, I think, from Nebraska. That boy's gonna be bad too. And there's a couple more cats.
Don't forget about
quarterback we got.
Don't forget about our safety out of Bama. That was
the two defensive back, one from Alabama, but the other kid is the one I really like. Not the one from Alabama, the other guy that we got. I can't think of his name, but he's an undrafted
quarterback.
DeMarcus
Acey.
Man, that boy's a dog. 6'1", 4'4", 540.
6'2".
Man, that boy's a dog. I'm telling you.
Out of Missouri.
Yeah. It's like that one boy Robinson that we got from LSU that had that dog in him that first couple years. We was like, damn, who's this dude?
Oh,
This
Rashad.
guy got some dog in him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Rashad got
Robinson.
3 dogs in him. So, yeah.
But
Yeah,
anyway,
you're right.
just so you guys know, with all that stuff, you know I switch it up all the damn time, but I was the first, and no, you guys heard it here first, baby. So don't doubt me. And you can hate me, but I love me.
He's gonna go TO on us.
That
Oh, my
was me,
God.
bro. You ain't getting no credit for that shit. I'm the one that said we was getting Kinlaw.
Here we go.
Okay, you guys got to take Jack. You know what? Also, Will has been pushing Kinlaw the whole time, so you guys can share on that. You know, you agreed. That's cool.
I'm not saying he hasn't, but it's funny once I say some shit, all you motherfuckers get together.
Now you know what? It was Jack. Will, it was civil until this moment, guys. I'm gonna go, and we're gonna see you guys a little later. Okay, Jack. All right, Jack. You made your point. You are the predictor. Nostradamus. What's that? Change your name. All right, fam.
All right.
Have a good night.
Now let's hear all the haters now.
No, we're not.
Haters.
Jack, nobody hates you. Jack, good night, Jack. All right. Boy, I tell you what, it gets a little rowdy up in here every now and then, doesn't it? Hey, Dion, come on in, D.
Hey, what's going on, Ronbo?
Hell, Dion, as you can see, I'm in here throwing flags. Hey, but Dion, you know, and normally we save this kind of thing for Monday night, but it's weekend time, so I thought I'd go ahead since we're, it's gonna be Monday night's gonna be filled up between now and start of season anyway. So I thought I'd go ahead and get into it. I'm looking at Dante Pettis, and like people say, I mention his name all the time because I know he has so much more capability than he's doing. And Solomon Thomas, I think his ceiling was reached after year one. I'm worried about that. I don't know he's going to progress any further. And Justice Skule's just a victim of circumstance due to the fact he's with a room full of offensive linemen that just really don't have time for him to catch up. I mean, what are your feelings on these things?
To be honest with you, when I saw that they didn't pick up his fifth-year option, I mean, that wasn't a surprise. It wasn't like anybody was expecting him to do so.
True.
I mean, you got to think about it. If they had faith in Solomon Thomas, Javon Kinlaw would not be here. You got that. Those are just facts. Mm-hmm. Because if you have faith in Solomon Thomas, why are you going to bring in open competition for him to take his job? They're asking Solomon Thomas to put on extra weight to do what? Play in the middle, which is more of a natural position for him. But that's the whole point. Mm-hmm. If he's there, then we don't draft Kinlaw. We have enough faith in him. You got to think about it like this too. If we had enough faith in the receiving core that we had, we wouldn't have drafted Brandon Aiyuk either.
See?
You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't have picked up Javon Jennings in the 7th round.
They ended up drafting for need instead of best player available. Exactly.
Yeah, and then look at and to tell you the truth, I went ahead and I took a look at our undrafted free agents, and boy, did we get a steal with that safety out of Alabama. Oh, we got a steal. Oh, we got a steal. Ronbo, I saw the tape. He did Jawan Jennings greasy.
I tell
Made
you.
him look for destiny.
Made
him look for destiny.
I guess I'm gonna go ahead and let this out of the bag right now. We got a premiere coming on tomorrow night. Actually, I talked to Jared and got a lot of things from him. We're gonna put that on tomorrow night at around 7:00, and you're gonna hear a lot from Jared. I think he is the steal of the entire group of undrafted free agents. But go ahead.
And the other kid that I actually like is Hasty out of Baylor. Hey man, that's a dynamic running back. He's a very dynamic running back.
He's what Jack's talking about then.
Yeah, no, that kid is dope, man. I watched his tape. He's really good. The only issue is you got to beat out 4 or 5 other people, and we just picked up the other kid from Hawaii not too long ago. We just signed him to like a 3-year deal, if I'm not mistaken. So that's even harder.
Dion, are you thinking money here? Because if you are, there's money to be saved.
If it's money, then Coleman is gone.
Oh, I didn't want to say it. Dion did it.
You know how it works. He's the one getting $4.9 million. The rest of our running backs barely even cost us $20 million at a bare minimum, and that's all of them. Jerick McKinnon's costing us. Jerick McKinnon is literally costing
$1 million.
$1 million. Raheem's costing us like 2.5.
That's wrong. They should definitely give him more money. Yeah.
Yeah, and you got to think about it. Look at Jeff Wilson Jr. He's getting chump change. So you still have to beat those dudes out because they already know the system. But I can tell you this: Dante ain't making this squad. Not with these dogs.
Hey,
and everybody who's a Dante fan out there,
I'm gonna start keeping a list of all those who don't think Dante makes this team. We really got to list that.
Put me at number 1. Put me at number 1. He's not gonna make it.
I don't see how he makes it. I really don't.
He doesn't have it, man. That little kitty cat can't play out there with them big dogs out there. They'd bite his head off. Debo punted for a spot last year. KB been working so hard. If you don't follow KB on Instagram, that man is working. He deserves to be number 2 right behind Debo.
And he ain't going to beat out Aiyuk. I doubt he stops Taylor. Jalen Hurd, if he's healthy, there's no way he's going to beat out Jalen Hurd. I just don't. Finky, Dre just said he could play. Where do you put Dante?
You don't. You give Dante his money, you let him go ahead and be who he is. That's it. That's literally it. You give Dante his money because the contract is guaranteed, and you let him go be who he is. Somebody else will pick him up and possibly be able to use his skill set, but it's a situation where nobody knows what to do with him. He's not worth it. And we have too many dogs and too many people on this team that can do the right things and make sure that we get the right production out of them and help this team win. I don't want a guy on my team that's going to be shy to go across that middle. Trent Taylor is smaller than Dante.
And he'll go across the middle in a heartbeat.
Yeah, he ain't worried about nothing.
We're out of time. DR, we need to get together for another one-on-one. Let me get back to you on that one, all right? All right.
You set it up, and I'm ready to go. I am. I love you one-on-ones. I've seen the past ones, and they're great. Thank you for everything you do. You know you're the best at what you do, brother. We love you for the platform. You continue to keep doing it. Don't ever stop because we need this Niners Nation to stay together as usual. Shout out to my boy Dre. I seen him get the first call.
All right, fam. Appreciate you.
Right.
All right, D. Have a good night, fam. And, all right, let's go check out. Hey, Tony.
Ronbo, how's it going?
Tony, I've changed. I used to be the kind of guy that cuddled and said nothing negative about any of our players down through the years because we were rebuilding. But Tony, the time has come. I can no longer be sympathetic. I've become hardened. I've become determined to make sure that this team is fully equipped with all that they need to not have a lapse of last year's Super Bowl again and dominate like we can do for the next 4-year window. Tony, I said Dante Pettis. I really love that guy. I had him on my mock draft. He's got to go. Solomon Thomas. He's already reached his ceiling. I got a feeling it's done. It's over. Skule can't keep up with that room. Unfortunately, he's got to say goodbye. What are you thinking?
For me, I just don't think Solomon Thomas was a scheme fit whatsoever when we drafted him. And I told you, I don't know if you remember, you get like a million calls, but I said we're going to get Jamal Adams the day before the draft. That was the best player in the draft at that point behind Myles Garrett. And
which is true
we
now.
took the player that John Lynch felt some type of relationship with, and you can't do that. And I think he learned from that you can't have relationships, and that's why you get certain players. And I think we can see that growth from John Lynch in trading away DeForest Buckner, because he was more than if I pick one player on the team, I think he's the guy who should get paid. But at the same time, he realized we have to build a team here. And even though we all love DeForest and he's probably our best defensive player, we have to let him go because he's going to be way too much. And we can build with some of the younger guys in the draft. And we can look in-house too if we don't get one of those guys. For me, I just don't think that at this point we can wait for anybody any longer because we are still building Ronbo. I think we have the best roster in football. But that second corner is a real need. Sherm isn't getting any younger. All right, I think we should re-sign him for 2 more years after the season's up. But we need to draft a corner, man. If you look at the Minnesota Vikings, they have their top 3 corners leaving free agency this year, and now they're left with Mike Hughes and Jeff Gladney. I'm telling you right now, they're going to have real issues stopping guys on offense, especially in that division, all right? Because the Lions have one of the best receiving cores. The Bears, I don't think they'll be much of a threat. But then Devontae Adams, no one can guard him, all right? So I don't want to be in that predicament where we don't have corners. And, back to Dante, I feel like him and Akello are very similar. I just don't see the heart in them, and I think we've just given them way too much time to kind of grow. It's over now, all right? Dante, he's never available because he's always injured. When he is available, his effort is pretty lackluster when you compare that to guys like KB and Debo. And then his talent, it's there, but there isn't anybody on the roster that can't do what he does. I'm not saying he has the same skill set as another player on the team. I'm just saying collectively we can make Dante Pettis out of the other players on the roster, and they have more heart, and they're probably better receivers anyway. So, at this point, we can't be waiting for these guys. We need to just let them play the season out, let them go, and then we need to focus on keeping our guys in-house and drafting a corner. That's how we're going to stay great. Because, again, we have our whole D-line locked up for 4 years together. That's going to be the key to success here.
Amen. I agree with every last word. If you're gonna run an organization for success, it's just like you said, that thing he did with Solomon Thomas, developing that relationship and actually referring back to it as part of your decision making, John. That was a bad move. You're right. There were several players in that draft. Even I thought when they went to Stanford, Tony, I thought, Kyle's, I know he's going for McCaffrey. And it comes down to that disappointment we had at that particular moment when Goodell said that 49ers select Solomon Thomas. That was tough that night. So,
my heart dropped, man.
I know.
It really did.
God.
And, at least we got all those extra picks from doing the trade with the Bears, and that kind of made me like the pick a little bit, but we can't fall in the trap of sticking with our guys because we drafted them. You see the Cardinals, they just signed DJ Humphries to a 3-year deal worth $40 million. He's garbage, but they signed him because they drafted him. We can't have that.
And we're not. You just like you mentioned, if DeForest Buckner can be let go on a team, you're serious. You are Patriot-like. But I want to take it back from the Patriots. In a few years, I want that moniker to change to the 49ers being the club that is heartless when it comes to winning. And that means against our opponents, and that means in our organization and how we run things. That's the way it is. Yes. Tony, always a pleasure.
Agree, man.
We got to get together for some time on a one-on-one. I'll talk to you later, okay?
All right. See you later, Ronbo.
All right, Tony. Oh, yeah. We got down to the nitty-gritty tonight, didn't we? It's not mean. It's just the way it is. Big Steve. I haven't talked to Big Steve in a long time.
Ronbo!
Steve.
I just caught you, brother.
Steve.
You know me, I'm always at work.
Yeah, I know. I just realized. When was the last time I talked to Big Steve? Been a while. Since during the season.
It's been a while.
Well, Steve.
For sure.
Oh, Steve, tonight, since we're a team that's considered elite Actually, it's been already said, no matter what, the 49ers are still the number 2 team going into 2020. So I'm glad they didn't change our status and start talking about how great the Saints are going to be and Tom Brady's going to elevate the Bucs to number 2 and we're going to put them there right now. None of that crap that you expect from the NFL. And you know, every year they always say the Seahawks are a team that could be. Oh, the Seahawks are not that. Would you stop it with the Seahawks? They're done. They didn't do it this year. So, you know.
Ronbo.
Yes.
Ronbo, I had to call in tonight, man. There's too much shit going on. There's too much happening right now.
Regarding what?
Retiring, these players we picked up from the draft, which, by the way, I give the 49ers an A+ on the draft, man.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, you know, yeah. All right.
Trent Williams, picking up Trent Williams. Oh, my goodness. What is going on, Ronbo?
We're talking domination, okay? Owning the NFC West and making it not even close. Last year, the 49ers struggled through the NFC West, except with the Rams gave us a game the second time. You know, hey, Steve, remember every game the 49ers won in the fourth quarter mostly. We had a few games where we dominated from beginning to end, but mostly that was only like Cleveland, Carolina. Most of the games are fought from the first quarter to fourth quarter. Next year, you're not going to see all that. This team's going to mature and beat teams up like they're supposed to. Because those games against the Hawks were ridiculous. Just ridiculous. Those Hawks weren't in the same wagon as the 49ers. God.
Man, I saw. It was like a thread of comments, and it was a post I saw on Facebook, and Von Miller was in there talking to other players, and he said, y'all niggas are greedy. Got a bunch of killers over there.
I know. You know, Von had wanted Javon so bad. He made a complete fool out of himself on his Twitter page. He was just jumping up and down. That was Javon and 49ers. That was my dog. Wanted Javon, God, why don't you get traded to the 49ers then if you want to be with him so bad?
Man, just when you thought the Niners couldn't look any more deadly, we lose a 6-time Pro Bowler in Joe Staley, which, by the way, man, that broke my heart. But we're going to pick up 7-time Pro Bowler Trent Williams to replace him. It's like we can't lose, Ronbo. And you said, a few minutes ago, you said we were a number 2 team. I got to correct you, Ronbo. We're number 1.
Yeah, I know. I needed correcting. We lost that game by accident. Not because we got dominated, not because we got beat. We made one stupid mistake. The one that Richard Sherman made might have not been so devastating, but the one with Tyreek Hill hurt.
Yeah, there was a few of them. There was a few of them that hurt us, man.
But, well, yeah. But we still had that game under control. You know, even at that point, we could have got the ball back. Got a few first downs. That would have been game over. Steve, I can't believe.
Hey, you know what?
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong.
You heard George Kittle, man. This is a revenge talk.
I know, right? It's gonna be sweet. It's gonna be sweet. Steve, don't be a stranger, man.
That boy.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. No, I thought you were finished.
Say, man, that boy Brandon. How do you say his name?
Aiyuk. A-Y-U-K.
Oh, God, that boy's gonna be a problem.
He is. Him and Debo on the field at the same time. That's ridiculous.
That's a perfect kind of pickup for us, man, because of the way Jimmy Garoppolo, he throws that ball, and sometimes it's always just like a little bit off. And the reach that dude has, I'm telling you, man, that's a good acquisition for us. For sure.
Yeah, you know what you're talking about there? That's throwing in the spots in order to give the receiver an advantage. That is going to improve this year. The timing was never perfect last year, except for a few occasions when Emmanuel Sanders came along. I think Debo's got it now, and I think they got a rhythm. That's the kind of thing that has to be done in rhythm. Kendrick Bourne's got it. You rarely see Kendrick Bourne struggling to make a catch because he gets in and out of his route really quick, and when Jimmy puts that ball out there, he's right on it. So, you're going to see that with the maturity that I said the 49ers needed last year. You're going to see a lot more of that this year, and you're going to notice it's not that Jimmy's off as much as it is a receiver might not be on. And it can be some of Jimmy's fault, but mostly that's what it is. It's all about timing between the wide receiver and Jimmy. But they'll get that down. They've had plenty of time to work on it. So, Hey,
That's
Steve.
a good argument. But you know what? Pettis is gonna have to step it up, man. I heard you talking about Pettis earlier. If he wants any kind of room on this roster, man, he's gonna have to step it up big time with these cats out there.
So true. Steve, we're out of time. Get back in here, man. Don't be a stranger. You've gone too long. We'll see you the day after tomorrow.
I know it's been
Tomorrow I got something going on here.
You know, it's been a pleasure as always. Shout
Thanks,
out to
man.
Ronbo Sports, all the Niner faithful. You gonna be on tomorrow?
Well, I got a special premiere coming up tomorrow with an interview with Jared. I'll be on the chat as we're rolling the tape, and then of course we'll be back for Sunday. All right.
All right, brother. I'll try to give you a call tomorrow night if anything.
All right. I'll see you then.
All right, Ronbo.
That Big Steve. And Andrew Martinez says, I know, right? I've been waiting for Monk to call back. You know, Monk, when we talked to Monk that night, the dude was like 3 bottles into his evening, you could tell, right? So Monk may, he may be still floating somewhere. Warren!
What's that?
Warren, man, we sitting up here, man. I'm looking at this team now, and I'm thinking, you know what? We ain't got no place for somebody to just hanging on. If you can't contribute, you can't be sitting on the bench just partying and running up and down the sidelines and laughing and playing like Dante does. Dante's on top of
we
us.
all dogs. Every man on that roster need to be a dog, you hear?
It's it.
Every
Any
man
number
on
I
the
call. Right.
Every number. The backup need to be a dog, you hear?
Shit.
I want the rematch. Super Bowl rematch.
Teams can be saying, can we get your second stringer? We'll give you this for him.
Want a rematch, Ronbo? Super Bowl 55 rematch in Tampa Bay.
We ain't making them same mistakes twice. Man.
Yeah, I want a rematch, Ronbo. Or Niners, Kansas City, and Tampa Bay, Super Bowl 55.
It's going to be.
And we going to win.
It's going to be
we need
tough.
all dogs.
That's it. Teams are building. Teams are building to try to beat the 49ers. Everybody's focused now, and even though they don't say it, but a lot of teams' focus is to beat the 49ers. You only seen a couple of teams clearly building, but they're coming after us.
I know. I don't expect Green Bay come after us again, so all the time I ain't too much worried about is Green Bay. I'm looking at Minnesota. The Saints might be the team at Tampa Bay.
Yeah, Tampa Bay and the Saints. Warren, if you had to put money on Tampa Bay versus the Saints, I still think Tom Brady's in for a rude awakening coming to the NFC full time. I wonder, because he's out there to prove who he is. Belichick ain't one reason why I'm famous. But Drew Brees and the weapons he got now.
Hey, Tom Brady got weapons. And the only thing lacking right with them is chemistry right now.
When are they going to get it? They don't have time. They should be training right now, Warren. I see it. I give advantage to the Saints because Tom's got to get. Those guys got to get used to. They got to get used to Tom.
They got weapons.
Yeah.
They got to have chemistry with it.
And the defense ain't bad. It could be close. The Falcons, that division is going to be interesting. You got all them all pro dogs. You got Breeze. You got Brady. You got Matty Ice. The Panthers are the only one in that division that ain't got an old war dog, That's funny. I can see what happens there, though. All right. Too bad Cam's not still over there. That would have been an awesome division to look at all them potential Hall of Famers.
Hey, you're right.
We'll see.
All I'm saying, Ronbo, on this roster we getting, we have football season this year.
Mm-hmm.
We need all dogs from Jimmy G, from the quarterback to the center, and everybody around, even the defense. Thomas, he need to go. Thomas, if he ain't got no dog by training camp, he need to go. Dante Pettis, you ain't got no dog with the competition, you need to go.
Well, he's in one of the biggest trouble, actually. Solomon Thomas, I think he's going to make the team. But Dante, well, that's a huge question mark. Because, Warren, you see the wide receivers we got? How you go cut one of them to let Dante play, and he comes out there playing like he does, scared to run across the middle. When he hears foot trips, he pulls up on routes. Oh no, that's not gonna. We don't. No. You signed up to play football. You know what's involved in this game. You either do it or you don't. That's the way it is.
He better be a dog in training camp.
Yeah.
I don't think Shanahan won another Super Bowl loss.
And Justin Skule, who did so well in SEC football, I feel sorry for him. He may be better in the years to come or even next year. I don't know how he's going to beat out anybody in that room right now, though. As I look around, McKivitz, we just got him a new guy. We'll see what he does against McKivitz. Otherwise, he's the guy.
I don't know. It's gonna be hard to make the team. This team.
Yeah.
It's gonna be very hard.
Well, we'll see. It's gonna be
It's
interesting.
very hard to make this team. On person got to fight the quarterback. It's Jimmy G.
Yeah, well, just so we get some stuff in some camp in this summer. COVID's gotta go. Get out, COVID. Gosh, get out. All right, Warren. I'm gonna see you Sunday for sure. All right.
All right.
All right, man.
Gotcha.
Good to hear from you. Warren down with the and with it. Hey, that who that? Warren. Like Warren.
Nope.
Beto. Beto. What's happening, man?
Hey, Ronbo. What's up, man?
Hey, Beto, man. I'm looking at like Solomon, Dante, Justin. And I really, it's easy to see that they're going to really have a lot of trouble making this team. But Beto, do you think any one of them could just pull up all of a sudden and flex up? Just get real bad. I mean, just tough. Solid. Dante Pettis comes out there and he's actually holding a clinic. And we're all saying, oh, look at Dante. What's up? Can you see us doing that? I'd love it, actually. But
I would love it too, but I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to see with all the talent, just pick up.
I know.
But I don't know. Maybe Solomon, because I don't know how deep you are on D tackle. We're deeper at right receiver, right, than D tackle.
So
I don't really see Pettis. I don't know. It's hard.
It's hard, right? But when you look at the weak links, it's kind of easy to pick them up. Although I'm looking for Contavious Street has got to do better. Okay, Ronnie Blair is coming off of an ACL tear. He may not be ready to go. That's going to make that's Contavious, Ronnie Blair. That's going to make it easier. You got Julian Taylor. That's going to make it easier for Solomon to survive this season, I think. And they've asked him, according to Dion, they've asked him to gain a little weight so he can play the interior a little more. So I don't know. He'll make the team.
No, I think Blair's gonna make a comeback. Hopefully.
I wish, because when he's on,
he said he's running already and whatnot. I've seen a little interview and shit. So.
A month ago he was running. Actually, remember that video? So he should be running faster than that by now.
Yeah, the video as well. Yeah, I've seen that.
Lateral movement.
And Pettis, I don't know. He's a soft guy, but he's good. I don't know. It's just freaking. It's all random. We'll see when it comes to training camp, right? It's all speculation.
I know.
Just fucking speculation.
Man, it's just we haven't seen anything yet after this minute. With Solomon, it's 4 years. Now with Dante, it's 1.5 because he only played half a season. Wait, hey, Beto, you know what? Solid. Remember he was out for weeks in his first year? That's why he's a little scared. Wait, Beto, you ever play football?
I don't like to get hit.
Yeah, you know when you
try...
no
one likes to get hit, but you know what I'm saying?
I know, but the thing is, when you're worried or try not to get hurt, coaches will tell you right now you can't play if you're scared. It's not your game. Because if you try not to get hurt, that's how you get hurt. See?
Exactly. They don't got that Debo mentality.
Yeah, you got to take it to him. And that's how he got hurt the first year. He got laid out on a play, and it took a little bit of his thunder. It kind of broke his heart. So, because remember, he's laying down on the ground. Something was wrong with his knee. he was out for like 3 or 4 weeks. And
Yeah,
then he came back for a couple.
He's still on the sideline jumping around, though, right?
Yeah.
And Goodwin, I think he got same deal with him because I think like a year before or 2 years back.
First year we had him.
Freaking laid out. He got really flatlined. He got concussion when he was walking. I don't know if you remember that one. He was laid on his back and stuff.
God, man. That one against the Rams? Oh, that was scary.
I believe so. Yeah, I think it was the Rams.
The dude hit him while he was on the ground.
So,
I mean, that was just a spear. Bam! Oh!
Yeah, that was a fucking hit right there, wasn't it?
He didn't know where he was.
God,
that was terrible.
Exactly, yeah. So I'm pretty sure you got, full speak after that as well.
Well,
I don't think Pettis ever got hit like that, so I don't even know why he's the way he is.
Beto, that's the thing. It doesn't take that much to knock Dante completely out. When he got hit, I didn't realize where the contact came from. You see Dante laying on the ground, not moving, barely moving. They come and pick him up. He walks back to the sideline. We don't see him for 3 weeks. Oh, Dante, really? That hit didn't look like that devastating. Come on. Oh, anyway. Maybe he's thinking, maybe he'll get better. He's blocking people that talk to him now.
It'll be nice if he did because he's done some good things with this.
Oh.
I'm not against him, but,
he runs beautiful routes. Beautiful routes. I mean, you see that separation downfield, Dante's going downfield. You'll see Dante all of a sudden put a move on a guy, and you always, the same thing, always. Dante going one of this, defender going the other. Dang. That boy's got a
when he hit the thriller dance.
He's got a gift. Whew. Anyway, Beto, maybe he comes across this. I don't know. We'll see. Beto, hey, good to hear from you, fam. We gotta go though. I'll see you Sunday, okay?
Yeah.
All right, man.
Yep. All right, take care, Ronbo.
You too. Night.
All right, shout out to Niner Mags, man.
Hey, he was talking to you. All right.
Yeah.
Night, fam.
All right, Ronbo. I'll see you.
Hopefully. All right.
All right.
Hey, Salvador.
Yo, Ronbo, what's going on?
Salvador, man, we're just sitting up here, man. We're checking out. We've gotten to the point now since like the years of just disgusting, pathetic team. Now we're looking at guys that we might have been grateful for earlier and said, man, it's time to separate Dante, Solomon, and poor Justin Skule. I kind of feel sorry for him because he's only been here for 1 year, and already he's on a team where he might not be able to survive. I don't know who they're going to cut besides him. Whew, man. Could get rid of Skule. I mean, not Skule, but maybe Sean Coleman. Coleman's too good. You can't afford that. See, I don't know. Skule. But what do you think, Salvador?
So a couple guys on the line. I think they bumped up the There's a rule change. I think they might have made it a mandatory that you're supposed to have a certain amount of linemen on games.
I forgot about that.
So
maybe Skule survives.
We're loading up our linemen. We're loading up these. Who did we resign? We signed Brunskill. We signed Tom Compton. We got Trent Williams via trade, but he fills in for Joe Staley.
Yeah.
But we also drafted Colton McKivitz. So if these guys can play two positions, that is great on game day.
McKivitz can.
Yeah, there you go. Brunskill can, right?
Yeah, for sure.
He's penciled in to be the starter.
He should have been starting on Super Bowl Sunday.
At right guard.
Dang it, Kyle.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't think Tom Compton. I was looking at his numbers. It's just on his grade. They don't really look too good.
Mm-hmm.
But I gotta look at some tape. I gotta look at the tape to see if he's gonna fit the zone scheme. But one guy that I know does fit the zone scheme is Trent Williams.
Yeah.
The silverback
Kyle
himself.
trained him. Coming out of
don't ask me what a
draft.
silverback is, but man, Ronbo, I'm excited to have Trent Williams.
Okay, man.
He's big, he's fast. He doesn't look fast on tape, but
covers ground.
The big guy's not supposed to move that fast. So yeah, that's why he's coming at you. You gotta duck. You just gotta get the fuck out the way. It's gonna be amazing, Ronbo. Someone said it earlier. The game against the Chargers, they said he was locking down Bosa and Melvin Ingram.
Ooh.
He actually did a crazy-ass spin move with Melvin Ingram on point.
Wait, time out. Did you say spin move? Oh, I got Chargers game, right? I got to go check that out.
DJ Swearinger said this. I saw a clip of it. I didn't know this. I saw it on the highlights, so I'm just letting you know. DJ Swearinger said that he was, watching the matchup, and he said Melvin's going to hit him with a spin move. Let's see what Trent does. On the All-22 film, he hits a spin move on cue with Melvin Ingram. Take it. The quarterback gets the ball away. So Melvin Ingram wasn't even going to do that. But a left tackle that could hit a spin move with Melvin Ingram all fucking day. Give me that guy.
Sal, could you imagine Melvin Ingram's expression after he saw that? What?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You
Trent
spin,
Williams,
I spin.
He locks people down. So he's going to, let's go to this. He's going to make Bosa better. You know what I'm saying? He's going to improve our D-line. Because what did they say? Iron sharpens iron?
Iron sharpens iron. That's exactly what they say.
Yeah. So, that's a great thing. It's a great thing happening with our team right now.
I can't wait to see this.
I think we're gonna be even more of a zone running scheme, Ronbo, because. So check this out. We drafted a lot of physical players this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
What happens when we get we're on the goal line and we do three bunch wide receivers to the right.
Mm-hmm.
Who
are you going to put in that bunch? This is the fun part.
Exactly. Let me get there, Ronbo. Let me get there. You put George Kittle. First of all, you put 3 run blockers on the right, okay?
Right.
You put George Kittle. You put Juwan Jennings. Let's say he's a run blocker. And then you put Charlie Warner over there, or a use check. Then coming out the left side, you got a wide receiver / running back, Deebo Samuel, Aiyuk, Jalen Hurd. Jet sweep going to the right. We hike it. Boom! You already got your 3 blockers and your zone scheme going to the right, with a hybrid wide receiver running back on a jet sweep. It's going to be unstoppable, Ronbo.
Oh,
I don't care if we
it's
throw the ball
with Shanahan's imagination. Oh,
yeah.
God.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we kept the same team. We're going to be the exact same zone running team.
But more maturity. And now you got more receivers, because if you put Jared McKinnon in this lineup, and also you got Aiyuk and Deebo, these guys are going to be able to get that ball. Jimmy's only got to float it out there a few feet and let them do the rest, West Coast rebirth. Oh, guys, Sal, we gotta go, fam. Sal, let me see you. Let me see you Sunday, fam. All right.
All right, I'll catch you. I'll try to call in more this offseason. Kind of bored and pretty nice.
Looking
nice
forward.
Talking to you, talking some Niner football.
Yeah, always, fam. All right, Sal. Have a great night. And stay safe, fam.
All right, you too. Catch you later.
Thanks, fam.
Bye-bye.
Hey, let's go check out Shabazz.
Ronbo.
Shabazz. What's up?
What's up, man?
Shabazz, man, I'm cutting people tonight. Oh, you know what? I'm not cutting people, but I'm seeing impending doom, and I want them to disappoint me. I want to see if they can pull a rabbit out the hat and stop clowning around and dragging your feet. And as my mom used to say, would you quit assing around? We ain't got time for that. My mom's favorite thing to say. This is what I'm talking about. They've got to come out of a bag, Shabazz.
I don't know, Ronbo, man.
Dante.
It ain't gonna happen for him. it ain't gonna happen for him neither. I mean, it's just casualties. I mean, collateral damage. It has to be done. So what's understood don't need to be spoken about. We missed on it, and it's okay. I'm happy with this draft. What ain't nobody talking about is them extra offensive linemen we got. Along with Trent, who's going to be learning from Trent. They're going to be learning from another Hall of Famer. Joe's gone, so we great. We great. These guys, all these young guys, as well as McGlinchey, he's going to have 2 Hall of Fame tackles training him for his whole career. The rest of these guys, it's going to be ugly. And with Aiyuk, with everybody else, them boys casualties. They got to go. And to be honest, ain't nobody talking about one more. They got to go. I might hurt some feelings here. Trent Taylor going to have to ride out, too, because Kendrick Bourne ain't going nowhere. Everybody that didn't
I believe that. I don't see Trent. I don't
Kid,
see
ain't going nowhere.
Kyle is not going to let him go at this point. He raised him. He designed him. He created him. People think Kendrick Bourne ain't going nowhere. I really believe that. He just comes up with too many catches at the times he comes up with them. Oh, Jesus. That's a first down, you know. So, yeah.
And he working hard, Ronbo. And, you know, I mean, I guess I'm kind of a hard stickler just on a lot of things. I offended some guys the other day because I ain't got no mercy. I'm like the old Karate Kid sensei that told the guy against Danielson, sweep the leg. I want the kill, Ronbo. I'm sorry. You don't get the kill.
Wait. Trivia question. Which Karate Kid episode was that from 1 to whatever numbers? Which one? Sweep his leg.
Yeah,
what?
That's what he told him to take
no mercy.
Take Danielson out, man. So no mercy. Like we got to get back and we got to get it together, and we got a tougher schedule and this year coming up. So yeah, I'm sorry, you know, Solid T. It was very unfortunate what happened to him, man. I wouldn't wish that on nobody. And the sad thing is, when we drafted him, I got to actually meet his sister. She was excited. She seemed so full of life, and I talked to her, and I had no idea that was going to happen for him or his family. So, you know, it's just a hard knock life. I mean,
it really
you
is.
know, some people bounce back, some people don't. And whatever Pettis got going on, hey, oh well, I ain't rooting for him and I ain't against him. You know, if he can ball out, he can ball out. But how? With what we got, how he gonna make that roster? I don't know how. You know, and Richard James is still there. So how he gonna make that roster?
You know how many guys we got for return men too? We got about 4 or 5. I mean, Aiyuk can return and really good at it. Debo. I mean, it's just really there's just too many guys that can do that job.
And you know who's gonna make the roster? I'm excited to see. I want to watch Jalen Hurd so bad. I want to watch Jalen Hurd.
Everybody wants to see the Hurd. Oh, don't let him be healthy. That's just so much nastiness on that field. Teams are going to be hurt. Yeah. They're going to be in the locker room calling for, Coach, I need somebody to look at this. 49ers going to beat people up, Shabazz.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, and I'm looking forward to that. And like everybody else say, it's the revenge tour. I want sweet, sweet revenge. I want Kansas City again because we had them chumps. And they know it. And they know it.
God.
And they know it. So,
you
know, Ronbo, I know my time's up. Shout out to everybody. You know, I'm just getting my mind back right after what we went through. So y'all forgive me because I ain't tapped in. But I've been on your page.
I see you up there. I see your yellow logo. I know that's you.
Yeah. I've been on your page. I just can't talk, Ronbo. I just had to get my mind right because I was devastated. I blamed everybody, including myself. This is my fault. I should have been there.
There you go. Shabazz took it seriously, Deep. Shabazz, good stuff, fam. Yeah. I want to see you Sunday if you get a time to sit you back on the phone. Let's do that, all right?
All right, I will, Ronbo. I'll definitely try and tap in, Ronbo.
Looking for you.
Man, again, shout out to my people in the SIP. Shout out to my people in Memphis. Shout out to my man in Tampa. And if we get back where we need to get in Tampa, I will be there, Ronbo. I will not be in attendance the next
Looking
time.
forward
You
to
better
that.
know that.
All right. All right, Shabazz. You have a
All
good
right,
night,
Ronbo.
too. All right,
Shout
fam.
out to you, man. I'll holler at you later on, man.
Thanks, fam. Looking forward to it. All right.
All right.
Alice.
Yo, Ron.
Alice. Come on in, man. Yeah, we're sitting here, man, and it's looking like now we can't afford to make no wrong moves as far as that roster goes, and I just don't see how. I just don't see how Dante is. I mean, I'm trying to think of somebody he might replace. Even as Shabazz mentioned, I like Richie James better than I like Solomon, and Richie's probably like in the lower half. You look at these new guys that just came in. You look at Jennings. Even Chris Finke, according to Dre, runs great. I just don't know where he's going to fit it, and he's not going to beat out any of the dogs that we talked about the other day. And then you got Solomon Thomas. He'll break the team, but his playing time is going to determine whether or not he gets re-signed next year. Because if they're not putting him out there, they're not interested any longer. And you got Justin Skule, who's in an offensive line room that I don't understand how he could actually make that team. But we'll see. But what are you thinking, Ellis?
I think at the beginning, family, you was meaning Dante Pettis, but you said Solomon Thomas when you were talking about liking Richie James.
Oh no, I mean, I probably did.
But I know what you. I got you. I got you though. I just want to. Okay, but so we'll start there. I doubt Dante makes the squad. He'll probably end up getting cut. I don't see him beating out anybody. I don't see. Not to say that he doesn't have the potential. He would have to come. He would have to come a totally different animal, and he would have to turn into a dog, and there would be no more. There would be no more. No more kitten about him. But that also doesn't say that he'll be able to beat out those guys, because there's no way we're going to have 8 or 9 wide receivers on the team unless he gets signed to the practice squad. Either him or Richie James gets demoted and it's signed to the practice squad or some. You know what I mean? If that was to just happen. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's looking kind of shaky. Now the guy, I was looking at the new receiver. I've seen the guy Finke. I don't know. Maybe Dre was able to see some things that I didn't get to see looking at his tape. So he did a better in-depth look, but his numbers really weren't all of that. You know what I mean? I saw him as actually not being one of the guys that maybe end up staying longer. And then the fullback from Fresno, his numbers were kind of light, but I didn't get to see the tape on those two guys. So like I said, being able to take a more in-depth look and see, something that obviously they got picked up for a reason. So there probably is some, some concrete, evidence to solidify why they, would be part of the squad after it's all said and done.
Or Ellis, it's one of those things where he probably fits. A lot of players may not look like all that, but there's something about Kyle Shanahan sees something in him that he thinks they'll fit what he wants done. You know what I mean? So sometimes we got to consider.
And it's not always the numbers. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not always the numbers and statistics though that we need to go by. So that's why I said, he did I'm sure he did an in-depth look and really was able to, see how, because I didn't see I just did analytics on the numbers. But what I did who I did go and actually look at tape on was the Jermichael Hasty and Salvan Ahmed, those two running backs that we got. Yeah. And them boys are bad. Yeah, them boys are bad.
Hey, they just signed Salvan today.
Right now.
Yeah.
Exactly. They signed him to a 3-year already, so that's got to account for something. It looked like he only ran like a 4.6, for the, at the combine. But there's something that I've seen him do on tape that I think is what, Kyle and John were really paying attention to. Them boys look good. I don't know what the hell we're gonna do. This running back, core has just gotten that much more deeper. So I'm anxious to see what happens, and maybe those guys are, insurance for what potentially, may come about if Jarek doesn't all the way, pan out. Even that quarterback Brock Rudder.
Yeah.
He threw for like almost 5,000 yards and had. I mean, his numbers are so crazy, you wouldn't even believe it. Like I was looking, I know it was D3 or something like that, so it's not really that credible. Just when you look at that, but I'm saying as far as what he was able to do as a quarterback, 71% completion rating, 4,591 yards, 56 touchdowns, 5 interceptions for his 2019 stats. And I know I'm a Nick Mullins all the way, and Jimmy, of course, in front. But I mean, C.J. Betts is probably gonna get shipped out because that boy Brock looks like he's got some serious talent.
Are you right?
On the quarterback
because we can't carry 4. Kyle has got to just let it go, Kyle. Let CJ go. He's not. You admit that he's not what you expect him to be. Let it go. He's got to bring himself to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. And his brother just passing and stuff like that. So it's kind of like I know it's a sensitive situation. Yeah. The family thing. I think that's why they're holding on to him because of the personal attachments. But it's a business, and CJ could probably thrive, man, in another organization. But that kid Brock Rudder, though, he's going to come definitely take that third position without question. I'm glad we signed Nick Mullins. We actually tendered him officially.
Today.
I know
That's
you've
true.
seen that. So I was impressed.
Ellis, I'm gonna see you Sunday. All right. And tomorrow,
yes, indeed.
I tell you, we're talking to Jared. I'll tell you, I'll post up a little bit. All right, fam, good stuff.
Yeah, we got rid of Thieneman too. Yeah, that safety and those corners look really good. So I'm glad, man. We got something for we coming back even stronger. I feel like.
You know this. All right.
Yeah.
See you
all right, family. Appreciate you, man. Download that Ronbo Sports app, y'all. Hit that like and subscribe. Ronbo, shout out to you always, family. Much love, man, and on the next one.
Thanks, Ellis. Night, fam.
Yes, indeed. Peace.
Yeah. Hey, Leon, go ahead. Come on in.
What's up, Ronbo?
Yeah, man.
Man.
And tonight, man, we're looking at the guys that are standing out in the street, unfortunately, and we're not going to stop the car. We're going to keep on going. There's Dante standing out there, and Solomon, and poor Justin Skule. But, we could be wrong. Leon, is there any possibility that all three of these guys could just jump up and make it real difficult for somebody to make the team that we assumed at this particular time was going to make this team? What do you think? And who would it be?
Out of the three, who would make the team?
Or all three going to make the team? Are we going to be shocked?
No, they're not all three going to make the team. If we're going to go with out of the three, I'd say Skule will probably make it over the other two.
Yeah, because the offensive line thing.
Yeah, Dante's just through, man. I mean, it's like every time I look at him, he gets on my nerves. Right?
I know. It's just something about him. It was like, Dante, are you serious? What are you laughing about? What's funny right now? You're standing on the sideline. You're playing a cheerleader. I mean, what are you doing? Are you happy with that? He looks happy, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's too happy. So, yeah, he's done, Ronbo. The wide receiver room is scary, bro. We finally got some dogs to go with Debo and KB, and now we got Brandon Aiyuk, and Hurd will be healthy, Trent Taylor, Jennings. So and like the other caller said earlier, Richie James could do what Dante does. Like,
because Richie ain't scared.
His skill set isn't that
as good as Dante's.
To the point
I mean, it's still true.
Yeah,
Richie James cannot run route like Dante. Yeah. But he's got heart.
Yeah. Yeah, he got heart. So, I mean, that's Dante's. Dante's problem has never been skill. It's always been heart. So that's what's going to get him kicked off this team is his lack of heart, not his lack of skill. So, that's his issue. Solomon Thomas, I don't know, Ronbo. I mean, maybe keep him for depth one more year just in case.
Yeah, he'll be there for that. Yeah, he needs to be more than depth, though. He needs to make a statement next year, though. He can be on the bench.
He does need to make a statement. I just don't have any faith in the fact that he will make a statement. That's my issue. He needs to, but I don't know if he's capable of doing that. That's my thing.
Isn't it going to be funny, though, Leon, if midway through the season, remember last summer? I mean, last spring, we were sitting up there talking about Solomon and how he couldn't do this and how he couldn't do that. I'm worried that he ain't going to be able to play next week for whatever reason. I look forward to being able to say that. Come on, Solomon.
Yeah, he can surprise us, Ronbo. I mean, he can surprise us. It's just one of those things where I think those three play. Like I said, I mean, just like I think Solomon can stay on for depth, Skule can stay on for depth too, because it is football.
Yes, so, and guys go down, especially the trenchmen.
Injuries happen, especially in the trenches, like you just said. So, that's just kind of how I'm looking at it, man. I mean, I don't really foresee Dante at all. It would take a miracle for him to be there. The other two are more likely to be there just because we may need depth. But yeah, Dante's gone, bro. I mean, like everybody has said tonight, we have to figure out this cornerback situation moving forward, Ronbo, because this is like we can't have all of our DBs
leaving
turning
at once.
Free agents.
Yeah, I know that's just too much pressure.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. So
and if not, And you know, though, if not for, let's see, who did we draft? If not, Dante is like somewhat involved with the reason. We picked up Javon. Wait a minute, let's see. Where could we have picked up, instead of getting 2 wide receivers, we could have picked up a cornerback, Dante.
Yep.
If you would have done your job, we wouldn't have been pulling all them wide receivers. I don't believe it. You know, this is one thing, the dominoes,
I agree with you.
everything connects. Damn it. God.
No, I agree with you, Ronbo. I mean, he kind of left us in a position where we had no choice but to pick another wide receiver because he hasn't lived up to his expectations. So we had to go get somebody that's solid, which is Brandon Aiyuk, which is great.
Right.
You know, I'm happy him and Debo are going to be phenomenal.
To duo. And then there's the worrisome thing about Jalen Hurd. Is he going to be able to deal with that back? We know he can play, because will his back let him? So he went and he got an Aiyuk, and he got a big guy in Jennings. So
I think he's going to surprise us, Ronbo. The man's been out over a year.
Oh,
man.
I hope so.
He's been out over a year. They say he's healthy. I mean, I think him and Taylor are going to come back with a vengeance, man. I think Taylor is our slot receiver. So, you know, I think we had that spot sewed up.
And we got that to look for.
You know,
we need to stop though. Let me. I'll see you Sunday. All right, we'll continue.
Okay, sounds good, Ronbo. Like always, man. Niners since a minor, what's a nation to an empire, bro. Thank you for everything you do, and you know, shout out to my boy Shabazz. I heard him earlier.
Yeah,
so, you know, yeah, man.
He is. He's over this devastation. All right, thanks, Leon. Great to hear from you as usual. Love it, fam. Talk to you later.
Likewise, man. Likewise. Talk to you later.
You too. Bye bye. And here's the thing. John Lynch was, I think it was on, I think it was on KNBR last week. John Lynch says, you know, a lot of people have soured on Dante Pettis, but we haven't. We still believe in him. John Lynch is always good for those kind of PR statements. Chill. Phil. Oh, Phil.
Oh.
Yes, Phil.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I've waited to listen through all the riffraff.
Yeah.
First of all,
yes.
Do you think Kinlaw is going to take 800 snaps like Defoe did?
No, there's no need for it now. No, yeah.
No, Thomas is going to take those snaps.
You think
all right?
so? All right.
Yes. No doubt about it. They don't have a number 3 there. They're gonna split the time between Kinlaw and Thomas. And so, and the other thing is, after 3 years, were you guys calling for Eric Armstead to get cut?
Not you guys. I've always been Armstead's biggest defender.
After 3 years.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, guys. Let's give a guy a break. Give him a chance to play in the position he was meant to play. And I think we don't do that. And as far as Dante Pettis goes, he's making the team. He's going to be making the roster.
You think so?
He's going to be given a chance. There's no way that Shanahan's going to say that I moved up to get this guy and he's a bust. No way.
You know, you got me there. That would be something he's not going to be willing to do.
The other thing is,
dang it,
we need to realize that there's 2 more spots on the roster based on the CBA. Yeah. And the other thing is, I don't think C.J. Beathard makes the team. That's another roster spot.
Well, they traded up to get him too, though, Phil.
But I think they cut him because they got a quarterback in the undrafted free agents, and I think they can hide him on the practice squad, and that's where they're going to hide him. They can't hide C.J. Beathard. He's got to go, and it's $1 million on the cap.
And
so,
and why hide him? Just let him go get. He might be able to find.
So I
another
mean,
job.
that's 3 spots. I don't think Richie James makes the team. There's too many guys that could take his spot.
Yeah.
You know, you got a kickoff returner. You can do that in a blind, and you got a punt returner. Trent Taylor was the best punt returner we had before he got hurt.
Yeah. DJ Reed can do that if he doesn't drop the ball. That's the only reason why he lost.
And so can Dante Pettis. So you've got a lot of guys that can do that job. So I don't think Richie James makes the team, honestly. So, those are roster spots that are going to open up for other guys. Skule is not going anywhere.
You think so?
He's a
well, you know what?
He was
Just like
a
you said, though,
guy
expanded
thrown into a position, and I think he's got a lot of learning to do. It takes a while for a tackle,
especially
to get
offensive
up to
line.
speed. So you got to groom these guys. If you cut them now, you can't groom them. I think these guys.
True.
And with Trent Williams there, what the hell? I mean, you're going to have to keep more linemen based on the CBA.
So how, Phil, does the practice squad expand as well? I think you can carry another couple of players on that too, can't you?
It goes from 8 to 12.
Yeah, so Skule could definitely, if nothing else, you can keep him over there.
Yeah, he could go in the practice squad. He's still young enough.
Yeah.
So he's not going anywhere. These guys are going to be hanging around. I think the Niners have a plan. I really do. And, and I think it's going to take a half a year for Aiyuk to get up to speed. It took a half a year for Deebo Samuel to get up to speed. He wasn't breaking the bank at the first few games. It took him a while.
You talk about Deebo?
I mean, these are positions. Huh?
Are you talking about Deebo now?
Yeah, Deebo.
Yeah. No, that's true. He did start off. He started off okay, but not crazy good. I know what you mean.
No, Deebo, after a half a year, he started excelling.
Tearing up. Yeah.
And I think Aiyuk's going to take the same thing. So you're going to have guys step in between now and then. And I think Trent Taylor, Jalen Hurd, those guys have been on the team. They've learned the offense. They know what they're doing. I mean, and those guys that say Trent Taylor's been hurt, he was playing. He was practicing with the team towards the end of the year last year.
Yeah, no, I know.
He's going to be okay.
Anybody thinks Trent Taylor's going to beat out, he's going to be on the team. He's Jimmy G's blanket. I don't think we have a person. We got good players. I doubt anybody's going to beat him out when it comes to working on that slot, though. But we'll
he's
see
the guy that is a third down receiver, like Patriots had
with Edelman.
Edelman.
I agree.
Exactly. He's the Edelman of our team.
That's it. That's why I know he's going to play that role. Phil, we got to wind it up. We'll see you Sunday. All right.
But don't close your eyes on Solomon Thomas. He's only been here 3 years. Eric Armstead, you would have cut.
All right. Okay. Alex.
Yo.
Alex, come on in,
Ronbo.
man. Yes.
Hey, what's up, big dog?
Alex, man, I was sitting around here, and Phil just bring a great argument in from a lot of these guys staying around. But Dante Pettis, Phil believes he's going to get another chance. I say he's on his last chance this preseason. If he doesn't show something this year, you're not going to let a good football player walk so Dante can hang in. Even if they did draft up for him, I would just have to say, I got to tell John Lynch, John, I was wrong. Whatever you decide to do with Dante, I'm not going to have any problem with. All right, you want to keep him, that's fine. If you don't, that's it too. Because I'm not getting rid of this guy, and this guy, unless we're going to expand our wide receiver room. There's a lot of questions there. Solomon Thomas, he's going to stay. I know he's going to stay. I just don't know in what capacity. Is he going to get more snaps than everybody else? I can't see. Just at Skule, he's probably going to be on the practice squad. So yeah, but what do you think?
Well, to be honest, Phil took a lot of my points, but hey, that's fine. I think that people do forget the fact that we have 2 extra roster spots now.
Yes, we do.
Going from 53 to 55. But I low-key got to call these people saying that Dante's not a dog. I mean, I think we forget his game-winning touchdown against Pittsburgh.
That was nice.
We forget that he had a really good game against LA the first time we played them.
Actually,
people saying he can't catch over people saying that he can't catch over the middle, but I saw multiple times he caught over the middle. He almost got a touchdown. He was like a couple inches from getting a touchdown that game. I mean, he dribbled a man. Like this guy can play, and I think that people are giving him too much crap because I honestly just think he doesn't have enough reps, and I think that ties in with like his confidence. I know it's hard to like.
Good point.
It's hard to say like if a man's confidence is there or not. You don't know a guy's heart, but you can't. I don't think that you can cut him.
Can't draw any conclusions with what we've seen.
He's shown. All right, what's that?
You said I think you're getting ready to say, or you're coming around to, can't really draw any conclusions from the small sample size we've had from Dante. Is that where you're going with this?
Yeah, that and people quitting on Dante before they quit on Solomon Thomas. That doesn't make any sense to me because Solomon Thomas has done nothing. He has done nothing. He has
There's
done
another
nothing,
good point,
Ronbo.
Alex. Yeah, if you were Dante's lawyer, I would definitely be moved by this argument. I'm impressed. That's a lot of good points for Dante. A lot.
Because in less time, Dante's had more of an impact to the team than Solomon has in 3 years. Solomon Thomas has done nothing. He has a few sacks, and only one of them is legit. The other one, the quarterback has run right into him. But that's the thing about Solomon. Is going back to the LA game is when he got into sack against Goff.
Yeah.
His first step off that line was crazy. It was fast. I'm like, man, where's this been? Because he's just been invisible out there ever since.
Alex, you heard when DeForest Buckner said he was asked who's got the fastest step off the defensive line, and DeForest, he said it was Solomon.
No, okay, DeForest is being nice. Okay, there's no way that's true. There is no way that Solomon Thomas has the fastest get off.
Because I thought Nick could definitely get up off that line quick, and Eric Armstead is no slouch either. I don't know, DeForest. You might be right.
You're right. I don't know. I that's just the eye test for me. I mean, DeForest. I mean, he's got more credibility than I do. I'll give him that. But hey, I do want to touch on our edge depth a little bit, our D line, because I do think that we do have the best D line in the NFL, but I'm worried about our edge depth, Ronbo.
We don't have any. After because the other guys are just makeshift Band-Aids. They're not really edge rushers. When you lose D Ford or Nick, we're in trouble, and I'm worried about that too. I didn't want to say anything about it. I don't want to talk it into existence, but go ahead.
Well, yeah, I mean, you look at D Ford and all the games that he missed, and how did we do when he was gone, right?
Not
and then
good.
we got and then Blair towards ACL in November, and who knows when he's going to be back because Jimmy towards ACL in week 3. And he came back, but he was still really tentative on his knee. So
and he's a quarterback.
Right. So I'm really worried about our edge depth, to be honest. But I think that there's an answer out there, Ronbo. I think that if we can, and I mean, it's a shot in the dark, but I think if somehow we can land Cameron Wake, man, I think that he would be a great addition to this team. I don't know how much he'd cost. I don't know who we'd have to cut. I know the draft just ended, but I think that he could help us out.
Yeah, and remember, Jadeveon Clowney is available, and in a few weeks, I think Jadeveon Clowney will come down. Jadeveon went from 20. He said, "I need 20 mil." Okay, fine. You guys are hedging on the money, tightwads. I'll take 17. And in another month, Jadeveon. Okay, how about? Can somebody give me 10 million at least?
Hey, to be honest, I don't think Clowney's worth even that much. I don't think he's worth that much, Ronbo. He had 3 sacks last year. He had 3.
Alex, you are funny. I mean, but good points, excellent points. And my mind's been altered a little bit with your argument for Dante Pettis. All right, but let's do this again Sunday. Get on back. I'll be looking for you. Okay. No, Alex, are you gone? Okay. Hey, Flossie B.
Ronbo, what's good, Ronbo?
Oh, Flossie, man. After talking here, that argument was pretty compelling. Alex offered, he says, Dante never got. It's all about reps. Maybe he's not getting enough reps, and he did have some sparkling performances during the course of the time he's been here. On occasions, he just doesn't. Consistency is the thing, and maybe his confidence has been shaken, but still he needs to adjust. He's a grown man. Please act like one, and don't be. Just get your mind right and get back out there and do what you got to do. So I'm still on him. Solomon Thomas, he's going to make the team. I just want to know, and to what level does he go to this year? So I'm watching him closely. And Justin Skule's probably going to make the practice squad. I don't see him beating out anybody else. Maybe McKivitz. We'll see. Well, but Flossie, put your stamp on this. What's up?
Man, we just really gotta wait and see, Ronbo. You know what I'm saying? Like we all think what we think about Solomon T. We all think what we think about Kinlaw. But you know, we just gotta let them see what they're gonna do as far as training camp and let the dogs come out on top. You know what I'm saying? That's basically because Cal don't want to really let his picks go.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
It just kills him.
Up.
Well, Flossie, speak to this, though. What do you think Dante's thinking, though? I try to get into his mind. Can you make a connection? What do you think he's thinking going into the season?
I think Dante thinking he gonna prove everybody wrong, man. You know, I've been on him. I've been riding him a lot. But as far as it goes, I'm riding with everybody, man. It's fine with the 49ers. Just at the end of the day, I just hope everybody come on with it, man, so we can go and win this damn Super Bowl.
Because he realizes he's on a Super Bowl team, and he's looking at the 49ers drafting all these people. If I'm him, I'm wondering why they're doing that. You know, well, I don't wonder because I know I haven't had the kind of season expected of me, but I'm still like, I guess, you know, my job's up for grabs. It depends on how you take that, Flossie B. Do you get insulted or do you get mad? What are you going to do? You know, what do you think Dante did? Did he get mad or did he get insulted and hurt?
I think a little bit of both, Ronbo. You know what I'm saying? I think you can get insulted. I think you can get mad. But the best thing to do is come out on Sundays, Mondays, and Thursdays and prove to us that you can do that we drafted. You know what I'm saying? That's all he can do. And if you're not, shit, his ass going to be cut, move on to another team, or you're going to be out the NFL.
I want to see it from the first practice, too. I want Dante to be just lighting it up. Ain't no cornerback. He takes Richard Sherman to task. Just everybody on the field. I want to beat his chest. Come get me. Just give me the ball. Yeah, I want to see some of that fire. You know? I mean, come on, Dante. All that skill. I'm looking for that.
I mean, to be honest, Cal and John Lynch, they done did okay as far as the draft goes. You know, that's everybody, I guess, is a hit and miss. You know what I'm saying? But I think they do a little bit. They do a little bit better as finding talent as far as the free agency goes, man. This shit crazy. It's crazy to say it, but it seems like they find more talent and depth and throughout the free agency and throughout the free agency.
UDFA and late round picks, you know.
Exactly. Yeah,
that's the way
like
it always.
The Breeders, the Kendrick Bournes, and all it. You know what I'm saying?
No, and look, and we got Jared Maiden,
Manuel Mosley. You know what I'm saying?
AC's good, and that running back they're talking about. I said, what? How y'all get, man?
I don't know if that running back gonna make it, even though he's nice. You know what I'm saying? He might make the practice squad or something. But as far as DeMarcus AC goes, I think he's gonna make it. Him and Jared Maiden. I really like them boys as being some key pieces to our defense because that's what we need. We need somebody who's going to push the other pieces that's already there, even though I'm not saying their job needs to be took. It just needs to be pushed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Make
Get
the best out of everybody. You know what I'm saying?
They got to look over the shoulder.
Exactly.
Yes. Because if you don't perform, we got somebody who can. You got to put it in every Sunday. You only play a certain amount of time. Your work is seasonal. You get paid a lot. You don't need to be worried about getting tired. Give me some, you know.
Just like John Lynch was saying in the words of John Gruden, it's either every season you never stay the same. You either gonna get better or you're gonna get worse.
Yeah, it's one or the other. There's no in
between.
You know
what I'm saying? And we trying to get better.
That's right.
We right there for winning the Super Bowl. We trying to get better. So we're on our way, man. We got Trent Williams. We got Kinlaw. We got Aiyuk. You know what I'm saying?
Nice
we just got to put it together, man.
There you go.
You know, we got some nice pieces.
All right,
so I think we better this year than last year. So we're on our way, man. We're on our way.
All
we
we
just need to find that secondary.
All right.
Find some more secondary.
We'll get it.
Yeah,
they
find
will.
some more secondary talent.
Even if it ain't a free agent.
Just a depth.
Right.
Yeah,
Plus, we got to go though, fam. Let me see you Sunday. All right.
All right, man. Y'all have a good night, man. Stay safe in this quarantine, man. We're gonna be good, man.
It's gonna be
in the pod, man. Stand up.
There you go. Well, it's a big. Have a good night, fam. Hey,
You too,
Jay.
Kenny.
All right, Jay.
Rambo.
Jay rolling down the road. Hey, Jay.
Rambo.
Well, Jay, there's been some sparkling defenses tonight against my cutting fat. I said Dante was fat, and I said he go fool around and get cut. And Solomon Thomas is that grease that's sitting on the side of the stove, and you go throw it out later if you don't have any use for it. And then you got Skule, who I just realized he's too young to cut. You probably put him on the practice squad. But Jay, your feeling on this stuff?
All right, first I'm going to start off positive. Well, I'm going to say with Trent Taylor in the game, left side, strong side. And then I would say, you remember the Titans? Left side, strong side. And the Lincoln Thomas over there, oh yeah, they going to move. But then I'm going to say,
Hogs.
You already know it. You already know it.
And Richburg's a nasty man when he's healthy. If you want to roll to the left, that run, you're right. And McGlinchey's still one of the best run blockers in the game, too. We can run all day. That's going to kill teams. Now Jimmy G can hit Jerick McKinnon and Aiyuk and Debo and George running around. Because now every team is scared. Oh, it's a run, it's a run, it's a run. You're too late. Boom. Oh, see, it's going to be pretty, boy.
Oh, yeah. The game going to be nice. And with that undrafted wide receiver, Chris Finke.
Yeah,
I heard
Finke.
that Wells Walker kept in contact with him.
Oh.
Wells Walker said he's seen a lot in him that he's seen himself. So that's Wells Walker, the project right there.
Word. Okay. That's where he came from.
Yeah.
And just like Kasurik, he was one who campaigned for Javon Kinlaw. He's sending pictures to the office every day to John. Here's Javon.
Oh, yeah.
Here he is doing this. Here he is doing this.
I mean, just like John and Kyle said, they use their whole coaching staff in the process. You know what I mean?
Good for them.
They ain't leave nobody out in the dock. You know what I mean?
Good.
They take everybody's opinion.
Respect you. Respect the people you got working for you. I like it. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But as far as Skule, he might make the practice squad because we still got Sean Coleman coming back from injury. You know what I mean? And then everybody else. So I think Skule might make the practice squad.
Yeah,
Solomon Thomas. We got to keep Solomon Thomas with this depth shit, if anything, in rotation. Because they, you know, everything John said, used to say since he got here, he liked to have that D-line rotation.
Yes.
You got to keep him in there. I mean,
all gas.
You got to think about it. He ain't no bad backup. You know what I mean? He might not be a number. If we got him in the second round, you know, it wouldn't be no problem. You know, in the third round, but we got him so high, that's the only reason we look at Solomon Thomas like that. But, you know, you got to keep him as a backup.
They're going to sign him next year, too. You know what? Like you're saying, it just dawned on me.
Yeah.
He's not so bad that you need to just throw him away. So next year, he's not going to get a first-round pick's salary offer. And they're going to tell Solomon, here's what we're offering. And you can either shop around or you can accept this, but it'll be here for you. And they're going to do the Belichick on him.
Yeah, give him like 3 years, $7 million. You know what I mean? He already made his first round money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Dante ain't worried about nothing. He can go open up him a veterinarian, open up him a big shop. You know, he ain't worried about nothing.
a cat shampoo center.
That's it. You know, Dante ain't worried. He's chilling, man. You see KB and Quan, they on Instagram everywhere, every day working out all day.
Busted butt, Jay. God.
And what you see Dante doing? He's baking cookies.
I think somebody sent him a video of Quan and Bourne, and Dante blocked him. You know.
Oh man! But our receiver core looking good, but it ain't great. So I'm gonna calm down the hype, you know, because you got plenty of teams out here Everybody, look at their receivers. Oh, wait till he get this. Oh, I can't wait. Look, Jalen Hurd been hurt. He couldn't even stay healthy in college. He played one preseason game and got hurt. So
That's
he's
scary. True.
who knows? He might play 5 games and get hurt again. So then Jared Taylor, he injury prone too. He keeps getting hurt.
Yeah.
Hal don't believe in Richie James.
Yeah.
Okay. Travis Benjamin can't catch. Okay. You know what I mean? Dante, he like to play with cats. Okay. Jenkins, he run a 4.7. He should move. I think he should bulk up to 20 pounds and move him to tight end or something. Hey, he can't
Especially
get
with his
open.
attitude.
I mean,
Jake.
we ain't.
Yeah, we ran out of time while we're having fun with these guys. I love your description.
Right.
Jason, I'm going to bring you back to that because I got to hear your description on all our wide receivers. It's too funny. Love it. We go,
Ain't no
fam.
problem anytime.
All right,
Have
Jay.
a blessed evening, Rambo.
You too, Jay.
Have a blessed night, Fire Faithful. Niners!
There he is.
I know this.
Big Jay rolling down the road with that cargo. Jay, have a good night, fam.
Already. You do the same.
Thanks, fam. Hey, George.
Yo, Ronbo.
Boom, boom, boom. George, we're contemplating players that we may see either leave or take seriously reduced roles in order to keep this team from falling behind. The names in question are Dante P. Pettis, and there's Solomon Thomas, and then there's Justin Skule. They are the weak links of their rooms. What do you think of this? I mean, what's going to happen there?
They're in the hot seat, but I think they're going to just be role players. I think Solomon Thomas has room to grow, and I think Dante. I think Dante's the one who's probably going to be the weakest link in the team. But Ronbo, we don't got to worry about that, man. We got Brandon Aiyuk. He's gonna solve everything. Like I don't think like it's really set in yet. Like what we got in this kid, and I've been doing my research, Ronbo, and this guy's a freak, Ronbo. Like this guy has Megatron arms with like baseball mitts on them.
Mm-hmm.
They're saying in his analysis that like he does a really good job of looking all the way till he catches the ball, which is really, really critical in the NFL.
And they put freeze frame on that shot. You see that? You see his head?
Yeah.
I mean, the focus was like exactly the way. You could see it when he made the catch. He was not worried about anything coming at him or anything like that. Make the catch. And then he gets in. The guy can accelerate so fast, George. He can go from 0 to 60 better than a Maserati. I am so impressed with that. Wow. Soon we can get out of here.
And then he's a 1,000-yard receiver in college too. So I mean that's gonna translate. He was coached by an NFL coach and
Herm Edwards.
Yeah. So I mean I just think that's little details that like that we're not really paying attention to. We're just everyone wanted CeeDee Lamb, but if you look at the Cowboys, they took CeeDee Lamb and that's too high to take a wide receiver. And like look at them, they're gonna be all shiny. They're gonna have the #1 offense, whatever. But they're not gonna be in the Super Bowl. And look what we did. We got 2 for 1. We got Kinlaw and we got Brandon Aiyuk. And watch Brandon Aiyuk do what Debo did last year. And wow, Debo's the best wide receiver. What did this guy come from? It's like no, he is the best. He is the best one out of his class, whatever. But it's just the way we're using our players, what we're doing here, it's working. You know what I mean? Like it's really, really working. So yeah, man. I mean, if you just look at his tape, his shiftiness. I mean, the way he moves his hips. I'm just really excited. Like, kind of like he don't want to get touched by no one. And it was just like I'm just really impressed by Brandon Aiyuk. And it's funny how we got him. And I think let's just get behind this kid and let's go to the Super Bowl again and let's win it.
Mm-hmm. Well, thanks. You're right about Aiyuk.
Coming back, Taylor. Like, we got a squad, Ronbo. Like, we're not worried about nobody. Like, man, this is a good time to be the Niners right now, bro. Like, this is the best. Like, what's up? You know what I mean?
It's clear, ain't it?
It
is so clear.
Ronbo. I want to smoke with all the NFL teams. No one's going to see us this year, Ronbo. Nobody. Watch. We're going to run it all the way back.
I believe it, George. That really got me convinced, man. I'm telling you. I'm looking forward to it.
And we're playing chess while everyone's playing checkers. I mean, like, John Lynch, he's over there, like, the whole thing with the draft and, like, how the Eagles got Reader and then Vikings got Jefferson and then we got Aiyuk. I think when we traded up, a lot of people are saying, like, we overspent, whatnot. But if you think about it, we got a wide receiver. We got them away from Green Bay and the Dolphins, which is like kind of important because they probably would have taken Aiyuk.
Yeah, and you can't take that chance.
If you look at
George, even if they weren't, you cannot take that chance.
That
you just got to go get him. If you want that guy, go get him.
Yeah. Go get him. Yes, because the only two guys that Shanahan wanted was CeeDee Lamb and Aiyuk. So everyone's talking about, oh, we overspent. No, we didn't. We got the dude that we want. That's gonna make our offense. You know, trust me, we're gonna be bombing on
dynamic.
Everyone.
Yeah. That's it. And maturity is going to make them better anyway, George. They were last year. Shanahan was installing that offense. It wasn't fully installed at the end of the season. And people think that Shanahan's offense is, you've been in there enough weeks, it should be good by now. It doesn't work like that with Shanahan's offense. It takes a while. They're ready now. They've got enough maturity. They've had enough reps. They've had enough time. I think you're going to see something really different this year. So
yeah, and Brandon, he's a special talent too. So he's going to go in there and he's going to do his thing, and it's just going to be like. Like you said, Maserati, Ronbo. Like that's perfect how you said it. That's you know what I mean. That's our dude right there.
We can't expect too much in the beginning because, like I say, it takes a while to get Shanahan's offense down. You got to learn a lot. You got to remember a lot. You got to get in queue with Jimmy G. But
he had an NFL coach though.
That's true.
It's true. That's different than having a college coach.
That's way
an
true.
NFL coach right there. That's very true right there.
Yeah, and they could have been talking all season long
and
on
you
how
think
to
about
prepare
it,
him.
last year they had another NFL wide receiver go, N'Keal Harry.
Yeah, he got hurt, but still. George, good stuff. Emma, go, George. We'll see you Sunday, okay?
Sir, Ron, take care, all right?
You too, fam.
Good hearing from you.
Hey, same here, bro. All right. Bye. Night. It's George K. Hendricks.
What's poppin', Ronbo? How you feeling?
Oh, feeling great. I mean, this team, what bothers me is if not for this ridiculous virus, man, we'd be watching news, going through OTAs, all the excitement that comes from preseason training and stuff. We got such a good team now, I want to see it. So, you just look at the guys that you figure are going to struggle for the day. And I said, but a lot of people brought in some good arguments for Dante Pettis. I may have to back up off him soon. Dante did have a few games, okay? He had a few, but he still makes me tired because I don't see an attitude I want to see. But, and then you got Solomon T. and Skule. Go ahead.
I feel like I'm more patient with Solomon Thomas than I am with Dante Pettis. Here's why, Ronbo. A lot of people are overlooking the fact that man's sister committed suicide. He's been battling with depression for a long time.
That's a serious.
When you deal with mental issues, man, that affects your performance on the field.
Yeah.
And I think, like that dude that said on the other call, a few calls ago, he was like, maybe they positioned him wrong. He's not playing at his certain archetype. Maybe if they put him in the middle, that will improve his performance.
Mm-hmm.
But Dante, man, I don't at this point, man, I don't know about him. He blocked me on Twitter. The man blocked me on Twitter.
I mean,
nah,
you're the second person.
I said you should apply for Chips Ahoy, and next thing you know, dude blocked me. I said, why aren't you training? Why aren't you training, man? You want to bake cookies? Go apply for Oreos. Go apply for Chips Ahoy.
You told him all that?
Yep.
So that just goes to show Dante reads all his notes. Somebody else got blocked. Slick got blocked. Same kind of thing. He doesn't want to hear it.
And if I was Dante, if I was watching the draft and I was Dante Pettis, and as soon as they said Brandon Aiyuk had an 81-inch wingspan, I would have called Kyle Shanahan and be like, well, what's going on, coach? Am I in trouble? But now you posting birds on Twitter, man. So I don't know, Ron. I don't know at this point.
Wait,
man.
He was posting what? I never look at his page because Dante wore me out 2 years and a half ago. So what was he posting? Birds.
He got his profile picture is a bird, man. Just weird, silly stuff, man. Like, if you want to be silly, man, just go work at a circus or something, bro. Like, the jersey you got on has a name. It's power within the 49ers name, man. It's history behind that jersey. That's not no Foot Locker jersey, man.
Yes.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
And how many players, what's the odds of getting into the NFL? When you think about that, that's why it's disrespectful for not nothing but nose to the grind attitude, especially when your first 2 or 3 seasons.
I'm not saying he is scrub Ronbo, but he just needs to perform, man, on Sunday, on Monday, and Thursday. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do, man.
It's an attitude adjustment, Kay. He needs to make us believe this is what he wants to do.
Exactly. And that Ronbo, like you said plenty of times, I think if he would have performed this year, I think we wouldn't have drafted a wide receiver.
Word. I'm telling you, it wouldn't have been necessary. Because you take one. You can maybe get Aiyuk, but who do we get for the first pick overall? Wait, no, yeah. You still get Aiyuk. No, you get Aiyuk down the way. Although Kyle said he was going to get him no matter what. If we couldn't make a trade, he's going to get Aiyuk at number 13 or 15.
Oh, most definitely, because plenty of teams wanted him, man. See, a lot of people, they don't know the narrative before they speak on things. If you do the research and actually figure out what happened, I think the Saints wanted him.
Baltimore.
I think Green Bay was trying to get him.
Mm-hmm.
Seattle and Baltimore was trying to hurry up and get him, but I guess
those are all names I
pulled
heard.
the trigger, man. I was like, I got to get this guy now.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm glad we didn't pass on that kid, man. He has so much potential. 81-inch wingspan. He's athletic. The dude has a jump with him. He can go up and get the ball, bro. Like,
and with that
he can
wingspan,
get kick returning. I'm ready, Ronbo. I'm excited for this season.
But I got to tell you, we were trading up to get Dante for the same reason. There was other teams that said they were going after Pettis. But you know what? I don't see that happening this time. I really don't. Good feeling about this.
Maybe in the alternate dimension, they Dante Pettis on another team, but in this reality, he on that team, and he needs to go. It's my opinion.
But they changed direction too, Kay. When we went for Dante Pettis, we were just looking for finesse, good wide receiver. Now the 49ers are going for guys that actually hurt people after they catch the ball. See, they changed their mind, and Dante doesn't fit that profile. That's the thing. No matter what else.
He doesn't, man.
Yeah,
he doesn't care the physicality at all, bro. He runs out of bounds when he's about to receive contact. Like, do what Debo's doing, man. Keep going. Bruise them legs.
Put a spin move on him on the sideline. Don't go down like that. I mean, you're going out like a sucker. Okay, we'll see. Maybe Dante gets it. I don't think so, but I wish he would. We'll see. Okay, can't see you Sunday. All right?
All right, Ronbo. You know I'll be here.
All right, fam. Looking forward. Have a good night, Kay. There he is, John V.
Ronbo, what's happening, my man?
All right, John, we're making noise about the guys that we think are no longer going to be Super Bowl worthy talents. I mean, it comes down to it, really. When you're a Super Bowl team, now you start looking at your marginal players and you say things like, well, we're not letting anybody go because they've been here for a couple of years, are we? This team, you might get a new start, and I'll let you know from day one, listen, everybody's starting from the same scratching spot. So, guys, let's go. And that should indicate if you've been here for a while and thought your job's established, don't do that. Don't do that. That's my feeling on that. That's why I got Dante.
My favorite part, Ronbo.
Yes. Oh, he's got to do something.
Nothing is promised, man. And I love that about the game, and I love that. I've been listening to a lot of callers and everything that's been going on. And to back up Phil, I really hope they keep Skule around. I really do believe that he will develop into quite a good player. So I hope if we have to bounce him back and forth between the practice squad, it wouldn't hurt me a bit, but I don't want to see him go. Pettis, I can't stand this guy. I think Solomon Thomas. The last caller brought up mental illness, and if Solomon Thomas is battling mental illness, that could be quite a bit of a harness holding him back. And I don't want to sound insensitive to it, but again, at this level
John,
in your life, you have to prioritize.
It's true, but John, it's trauma. Nobody knows the level of trauma that Solomon Thomas has went through. His sister was the one with the mental illness, and they were really close.
Okay.
Yeah, and they were really, really close. And she was just such a bubbly little thing, like Shabazz mentioned. She was such a sweetheart, right? I think they were extremely close. And all of a sudden, his sister takes herself out. that's got to weigh heavy on his mind, and I understand that.
Absolutely.
But she didn't do that in her first 2 years. Well, the first year wasn't that bad. Second year, she was still okay. Was it the second year? Anyway, same thing with Marquise Goodwin. With losing children, it's a tough thing for football players or any athletic situation for guys to be able to endure these things and continue with their lives. I do feel for them, but I don't know that there's any. It's a cruel world, John. Is there a spot for a guy to recuperate?
It's tough to break down.
Yeah.
It is. And I like to see the best for this guy, Ronbo. I do. But again, he has not performed up to expectations. And Dante Pettis, same thing. I mean, we've been talking about this guy for months and months and months, and he sucks. I mean, his head is not in the game. He's a clown. He's too busy worrying about being a zookeeper, an equestrian, whatever he wants to do. I just don't know what to tell you. Everything but football is what this guy's interested in. So I mean, I don't know what the hell to tell you.
And it's unfortunate because you have all that skill. That's the amazing thing.
Yeah, and that's the thing, Rumble. Where do you draw the line? Where do you draw the line from college to the pros? You know what I mean? Like, you were a phenomenon in college, but now you're in the big leagues and you don't exactly stand out. You're below average at this point. And that scares me when we get these receivers, because there's a small percentage that excel right off the rip. I mean, Debo's a rare entity, and believe that he was coached up by E-Man, and I believe that truly changed his game. Having Emmanuel Sanders truly amped him up. So he was taught and coached up in he's a quick learner. Let's say that. Let's say he adjusted quite well. So I have high expectations for Aiyuk, and I hope that dude is just as beastly as he was in college, and I'm scared for that stuff, Rumble. That's why I like defensive players. There's a median there.
Yeah.
Look at Bosa. Look at how quick he came in, Ronbo. He was comfortable.
Yeah.
Bosa came in cozy and comfortable. So we'll see, brother. We'll see.
Like he was back at Ohio State. And I tell you, though, I think Kinlaw's like a little like Luke in the fact that this just comes natural to him. As watching this film, he's kind of he's a wrecking crew, and you got to love that.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right. You remember Reuben Foster was a wrecking ball, but he didn't have technique. He was a wild man off the leash.
He was a natural
His technique was kind of poor, but he was beating his body up because he wasn't playing his position. I don't want to say properly, but
I mean,
Kinlaw's going to be that. He's going to be.
I mean, Reuben rolling around on the ball on the ground, writhing in pain. It was all the time. Every time you looked up, there's Reuben again on the ground in pain.
I mean, it's because I remember listening to radio shows. This guy was just beating his body to pieces. He could have. And Kinlaw is going to be very, very. He's going to be very aggressive. He's going to feel like he has to match.
And that's all I can ask. That's all. John, we gotta pull up though. I'll see you Sunday.
Absolutely,
right?
Rumble.
Hey.
Absolutely, you won't. I'll be there, brother. I'll be
Looking
there.
forward.
Thank you very much for the time, brother.
Thank you, John. Night, fam. And it's IB's time. IB.
Ronbo. What's going on?
IB, we're sitting here going over. We're raking them. You know what? It's gonna be funny. Because I would love to see Dante post up on his Twitter. Listen, I just want to say to 49er fans, keep my name out your mouth. I mean, we've been talking about Dante Pettis. I think we started talking about Dante last year, didn't we? During the season. And we haven't stopped. John Lynch says, well, I understand a lot of people have soured over Dante, but we still have, we still believe in him. And I think he was just giving lip service. You don't want to say anything bad about your player on radio or anything like that. And then you got Solomon Thomas, whom I don't know what to. I don't know. You know, it's so funny, IB. I don't want to say too much about Solomon Thomas because I feel for what he's went through. But still, it is a football team. I don't know if we can wait. And then you got Skule. Well, I'm not worried about him. He'll be on the team. They got to work on him a little while longer. But IB, your feelings on this stuff?
Hey man, first and foremost, I want to say rest in peace to my older cousin Wolf, who just passed away from this coronavirus last week. So my condolences to the family and all that. But it is back to this topic here though. The players on the hot seat, man. I think Sally definitely, he got to show and prove this year, man. But before I want to get into who's on the hot seat, I do want to say this, man. I think a lot of and too many callers calling with, and they're speaking with emotions. You know what I'm saying? They're not speaking realistic because who are we? We are a Super Bowl team, right, Ronbo?
Right. That's exactly
So
right.
when we talk about our players, when you take the players on our team, if you put them on another team that's not like a Super Bowl team, they're gonna excel, right? Especially if they play in the proper positions, and especially if they play in systems that fit them better. So they got, our players got to. We hold our players to a certain definitely, but still, you know what I'm saying. I mean, it's real deal, man. You know what I'm saying. Our players, when they go elsewhere, a lot of them excel. You know what I'm saying, and it's always been like that. But I will say, for me specifically, I'm gonna say Sally's on the hot seat. I'm gonna say Pettis is definitely on the hot seat. I say Richie James is on the hot seat. Akello is on the hot seat. And, to me, that's about it, bro. Because I still see Sally playing a part this year on defense, no matter what's going on, because he's going to bulk up and he's going to be a rotational player. Pettis is different for me, bro, because yes, I feel we can get rid of him if necessary, but we're not going to cut Pettis. Pettis ain't that type of player. He's an outstanding player if he can get his mind together.
Yes,
you know
he
what I'm
wants
saying?
to. Yeah, I know it.
I mean, I think Pettis is the type of player during training camp and after preseason we look at, and if he can't make the cut, then he's somebody that we trade for a future draft pick.
At least.
You know what I'm saying?
And I got a feeling that's going to be what happens. That's going to be the last episode right there. Toward the end of training camp, Dante Pettis gets displayed and showcased. If we have any preseason games, he shows out, Kyle plays him to death, and makes that trade.
But Ronbo, we have one major underlining factor that has plagued us for at least 2-3 seasons, bro, and that's injuries. Depth is very important for us all over the field, man. I mean, on defense right now, we're dependent on guys like Kerry Hyder and Givens and Solly to step up this year.
I do like Givens.
For the edge and things like that.
I can't put him in that category. I do like Givens, and I got a feeling he's going to be DJ Jones's backup. We'll see.
Right on. I agree, and we're hoping so. On secondary, Akello and Tim Harris. I keep bringing them up because we need to get that depth back there. And we drafted a couple guys, and I said this last time. I believe a couple of those guys we drafted as safeties can be transferred to corners or cover the cover 3 or play within our system. You know what I'm saying? We got some great coaches, man.
And they know how to put players in position to succeed. Yes, indeed. And they know their strengths and weaknesses and how to work. And they already know the outcome before they even put them in that position to play. That's true. These guys are sharp. Razor sharp.
It's for me, it's all about Hurd and Taylor. If Hurd and Taylor come back healthy, then a lot of guys are on the cut, man. And that's where the hype, the rumors about Bourne are talking about. Because if we really bring back Taylor and Hurd with Aiyuk, man, it's a lot of things going on.
Indeed.
Yeah, man.
I mean, we got to hold up. Let me say what I'll see you Sunday.
Yo, I appreciate the time, Ronbo. You already know.
Baby. Appreciate you, fam. Have a good night.
All righty. You too.
Thanks. Hey, Jamel.
Hey, Ronbo, how you doing, brother?
Jamel, man, it's doing great. It's great. Anticipating this season like everybody else. Want this terrible, terrible virus to please stop. And then we can get real excited about football because it'll be on. They talk about bringing baseball back. No fans in the stands, but still the players can be checked out, see if they're healthy, and go ahead and do it. I can do that for a little while. No fans in the stands. We can still watch. They're still playing.
Right.
So, but we got Solomon Thomas. We got Dante Pettis and Justin Skule. Somebody added Richie James to the list. Hey, Jamel, is anybody on this team that you think is about to have to say goodbye or not pulling their weight?
Well, Dante Pettis is definitely that guy. I think he's going to be gone, apparently. So we'll see in training camp. He say he got something to prove, man. You better prove it, man. And you too, Solomon Thomas, Skule, and others. So I believe we're going to have a very competitive camp coming up in July. And I'm going to see, so there's going to be some people sadly going to be gone.
He's already gone.
Dante,
but he's not leaving.
I definitely see he's gone.
Yeah. Joe'll still be hanging around. Joe wants to coach. He's not sure when, but Kyle Shanahan already told him, Joe, you can come back and be with us in any capacity you choose, right? So office, the field. Joe's going to want to be on the field, though. But go ahead.
Yeah, definitely. So he can help out with the line.
Yes.
Yeah, because that's what I was. I was offensive right tackle, and so
all right.
I was. I was offensive right tackle. I used to block for. There was a play on a pull play, and Eugene Wilson was my teammate at Maryville High School. And on a senior year, I pulled on the play, and I missed my block.
Uh-oh.
But Eugene, being the player that he was,
covered,
still picked up the first down. So,
yeah. Jamel, what size are you, Jamel? You 6 what?
I'm 6'3". I've lost a lot of weight since then. Everybody was like, they talked to me. It's like, Jamel, boy, you looking good. You losing weight. I said, yeah, it's some girlfriend. I said, no, it's not. No girlfriend, nothing like that. I'm just I'm eating better.
But what were you weighing when you were running high school and pulling guard like that, or pulling tackle?
When I was in high school, I was like 325.
Whoa! I'm glad I did not play high school with nobody like you. Good God. 3 over 3. Woo, man.
Yeah. And then, they told me that, and it was my coach at the time was Coach Jeff Yelton. It was like the only reason why he said, Jamel, had you came to Maryville from freshman year, man, you would have been even better. But the last 2 years we had you, you did good. So we thank you for everything that you done. So I was like, okay. And I love me some pancakes. Pancakes, that's my favorite one. Hit people.
And lay down on them.
I like pancakes without the syrup.
God. Well, Jamel, real quick before we run out of time, though. Do you think this year that Solomon Thomas will not be denied? Will he, after the 49ers went and picked up Javon Kinlaw, that must have sent a heat wave right through Solomon Thomas in the way that they think, well, they don't think they can depend on me, huh? Well, I got news for him. Or did Solomon just say to himself, well, more competition?
I think we will see, but like I said before, I don't see Solomon Thomas making it because I saw an interview with Greenlaw, and that man is ready to go. He said when he got drafted, he's ready to go right then and there. So I was like, oh, man.
Greenlaw, you mean Kinlaw? Oh, yeah, Kinlaw.
Yeah, Kinlaw, yeah, Kinlaw, and I can't wait for the training camp because you get started and see him on the field. So
everybody wants to know. Okay.
Yeah.
Jamel, good to hear from you. I enjoyed that story. I had no idea you was up around that size. That's huge. Sorry, Jamel. Jamel, you have a good night, will you?
Yes, sir.
We'll see you Sunday if you get a
Yes,
chance.
sir.
All right.
Oh, I definitely will, because my sister paid the phone bill. Thank God. So.
Too much information, Jamel. All right. We'll see you then.
All right, then.
All right. Oh. We need to see where is it? Okay. Okay, maybe I see Chuck Birch. Hey, Chuck. Hey, thank you, Joe Staley, for all your hard work. Thank you, Ronbo, for keeping the 49er faith alive. And, it's just my role might be stimulating it, but the 49ers faith, it will never die. We're all in this world. Wait, let's just go. We're all alone together.
We can listen back.
Oh, Russo.
What's up, Ronbo?
Hey, Russo.
What's up,
and I know Russo puts a spin. Russo's thinking is always leveling between both angles and degrees. And Russo, I'd love to hear your input on the Solomon Thomas, Dante Pettis, and of course Justin Skule, who's probably not so much one that's going to draw a lot of contemplation. But the other two have been around long enough that we think we know them. But what do you feel about them?
Well, Justin Skule, for one, it probably would come down to what's going on with Sean Coleman, if he's going to be healthy and if he's going to be able to play, because he was originally going to be the swing tackle. So
anyway,
and I think Skule has earned a spot, assuming all things kind of stay the way they are, because even if he's inactive every game, he deserves a roster spot. He's pretty much proven his worth. But Solomon Thomas, it's all about the money. Let's be honest. Solomon Thomas is going nowhere, and it could very well come down to him or Julian Taylor, who's going to be inactive every day. You know what I mean? Each game, because you're only going to keep 7 or 8 guys on the roster, and you're not going to keep them all active. So probably going to, maybe it comes down to the money or whatnot. But if Julian Taylor, forces their hand, Solomon Thomas might be, sitting on the bench on Sundays if we can't find a trade partner.
Yeah.
So
at
I
some
don't know.
point in the season, no matter what, I see that happening. There's something wrong with he can't remain intense. He starts off the season looking pretty tough, and then he fades somehow.
Yeah, he's just a tweener. That's it. Like he's too small to play in the middle, and he's too slow to play on the outside. So it's like with our system, maybe if he was like in a 3-4 scheme or something, or if they use him as like an outside linebacker or something like that,
maybe
he could be successful, but he just doesn't fit. And like if you look at the way this team has, adapted since we drafted him, like it's just like he's gotten pushed so far down the depth chart. We didn't have a Nick Bosa and a D Ford when we drafted him. We were counting on him to be our guy. You know what I mean? And now it's like everything's changed. Yeah. It's all changed.
And that's what makes it more difficult for
him
to establish
Dante
himself.
Pettis. Yeah. Same thing goes for Dante Pettis, because we were counting on Pettis to be a starter last year. It was either going to be our 1 or our 2. We drafted Debo, we drafted Hurd, and they had expectations and all that. But Pettis was pretty much our guy. Like, and you remember, I had his back throughout the whole training camp. I was like, I really think Pettis is going to get going. Like, I like Dante Pettis.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm still a Dante Pettis fan. Like, I like the guy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's great when he catches the ball and he's in space. He can make moves. Like we saw him as a punt returner in college, which is what I really want to see is him returning punts, because I feel like he could be special, but it's just like, I don't know what his deal is. He just doesn't have that dog in him, like everybody keeps saying.
Yeah.
And it's rough. But I kind of feel like Pettis is somehow, some way will make the roster, even if it's inactive every week. He's the 7th receiver or 6th receiver, whatever the case is. Because to Phil's point, I think you got to get rid of CJ. I think you go with 2 quarterbacks this year. I think they kept their 3rd quarterback as insurance because Jimmy was coming off the ACL, and they wanted to see how he was going to react throughout the season. I think now that he's proven he can stay healthy, I think we go back down to 2 quarterbacks, which will allow us to keep an extra guy. And honestly, I think Trent Taylor's got to go. I think he's the one who he's done nothing. He's done absolutely nothing. And it's just every year they just pencil him in, and I think he's done this year. And I think Pettis will keep a spot. And I think Trent Taylor is the one that's going to go.
Especially if Trent comes out and gets hurt right in camp, that's it. It's over.
It's done. Yeah, it's done.
Yeah, because
you can't
just
you
like,
know.
go ahead.
No, I wouldn't mean to cut you off. I mean, you can't like, at some point, like, you got to pull the plug. Like, I understand, if a guy is maybe underperforming and he has potential or whatever the case is, but if a guy's injured 3 years in a row, it's just like, at some point you are what you are. You know what I mean? Like,
you got to break in there somewhere. You just can't get hurt 3 years in a row and expect us to continue with you. And that's a good point, because the thing about Trent Taylor is, as you say, him and Dante, there's similarities between what's going on with them. There's a need for consistency, and Trent, unfortunately, it's about his health is inconsistent. And then, of course, you got Dante, who, for reasons unknown, can't take it to the next level. He could play, Russo. That's what bothers me about him. God, he's good when he wants to be.
And then also similar to these other guys that we just referred to, like when we took Trent Taylor, we didn't have a guy who could play the slot. Now we have, there's so many guys that can play in the slot now. Trent Taylor is a slot guy. He's not versatile. You can't line him up outside. You know what I mean? You put him in on third down, you put him in the slot, and you get him to the stick. That's it. But we have so many guys that could do that now. We haven't seen Hurd yet. So, Devo, Aiyuk, we got Kendrick Bourne. Like, who saw Kendrick Bourne coming? A lot of people, I know you're Kendrick Bourne's number one supporter. And I like Kendrick Bourne now. I'm a Kendrick Bourne fan at this point. But wouldn't you rather see Kendrick Bourne on the field than Trent Taylor? Like, always. You know what I mean?
Actually, you're right. You got me there. I like Trent a lot because I like his quickness. But yeah, if I got to pick between the two, I think I'd rather have Bourne, because I know he's going to get in position to make the catch, and no matter who's on him, he's going to beat him. So yeah.
And Bourne, for as inconsistent as he was, when we needed him, he was the guy. Because remember that Washington game, we couldn't do shit on offense, and Kendrick Bourne had
comes out of nowhere.
Huge plays.
Yeah.
Huge games. He won us the Washington game single-handedly.
I tell you, he amazes me. I know. I was watching, sliding around in the mud, getting up, running. Look at Kendrick! Russo, we ran out of time. We'll get back to you shortly. We can talk, man. We can make some reservations for later. All right?
Definitely, bro. All right. I appreciate it. Have a good night.
Thanks, Russo. Night. And it's Shirley. What was that?
Rainbow.
Sleo! Tonight, we're doing what we did. It's not even Monday night, but I couldn't pass up on the matter. And I kept thinking, guys, we're already developing bubbles. These guys haven't got it. You don't develop bubbles until after you see these guys develop those bubbles during the course of a little bit of training. But you look at this roster, Schleo, we're so good of a team now, you can already anticipate who's maybe in a little bit of hot water. And it looks like it's going to be, again, Dante Pettis. And then bringing up the left flank, you got Solomon. And then again, you know what? I don't know. Skule should probably not be on this list, due to the fact that he just needs more time. Some of those numbers that indicate that he didn't really do very well, we got to remember he was a rookie that was thrown into the fire as an offensive lineman maybe too soon. So, he stays in some capacity, even if it's on the practice squad. But, Chanel, your feeling on this and more, we can't wait to know.
How about them Cowgirls? How about them Lambs? How about them Seahawks? And last but not least, how about them Oakland, Las Vegas, Raider Joes?
Woo!
Look at the Cowgirls, man. They're stockpiling on players that they don't need.
Mm-hmm.
They go after CeeDee Lamb. What are they going to do with him? Nothing.
They have lots of money.
Even the Raiders. Look at the Raiders. Why do they need Ruggs? I mean, they got other needs to fill.
And right,
I mean, they're stupid anyways.
Their defense is one of the reasons why they lost games. Kyle figured it out, though. Kyle says, I know I can make anything out of an offense. You just give me a handful of guys, I'll get you offense. But I need the other team to be slowed down, okay? So I don't have to score 100 points every week in order to win a football game. So, you're right. You build teams like the Rams.
And we got McVay in the corner. We got McAss. We got Sean McAss in the corner drinking.
As soon as you heard about Trent Williams, yes, he picked up a bottle.
Yeah, he's done. He's like, F it.
They're all done, Chanel. They can't. You know, the 49ers, what they're doing now, the only thing the league can hope for is it takes too long for the offense to develop even further. Once Kyle gets that offense fully up and running, it's all over. It's so over.
It's all over.
Yeah. Defense is going to be fine. So, and you keep on the field.
Yeah, Rumbo, sorry.
No, I was going to say, the defense, the defense is going to get less time on the field. Last year, the defense was on the field probably a little longer than it needed to be. Well, this year, the defense is probably going to end up getting a lot of rest. And you talk about a defense like that, and when they're on the field, they're just killing you because they're fresh and feeling good. I can't wait to see this. Whew. Where's Texas boy? But go ahead, Shalil.
I think Lynch was on Colin Cowherd or the Rich Eisen show. He said that we talked to Pettis already. We told him he needs to build up football weight. He said something like that. He needs to build football strength. So Lynch already talked to him about that, and he's over here becoming a kitty and eating cookies.
I know. I just don't understand you, Dante. God.
He's eating cookies, and he hasn't done to get cookies. If he was a little bit productive last year, maybe, make yourself some cookies, but you don't deserve those cookies.
So here's the thing. If you're going to screw with your diet in that fashion, can we see you drink down in a protein shake or something? I mean, come on, Dante.
I mean, forget the protein shake. Go to the gym. I mean,
yes.
Make
Number
buddy
one,
with Kittle and go to the gym. Lift some weights.
Yeah.
You're built like an anorexic kid, man.
And it doesn't make any sense.
You got to build up some weight. The reason why he keeps getting hurt so much is he doesn't have any weight on him.
No size, no strength. I mean.
Exactly.
Wow. And
every time he's falling, I mean, we saw that in the Seattle game. He got the ball, and he's already getting hurt. He's already on the ground. My knee.
Rolling around.
Oh, my leg.
Oh.
He's rolling around like a kitty cat.
Hey, Chanel, did you see the Transformers, the first movie? Dante reminds me of when the guy that played the role, and he wanted to play football, but he wasn't really cut out for the game, right? So he's laying down on the ground in pain. Coach picks him up by the belt. Come on, let's go call your mom. I lost it in the movie when I was get him up. Let's call his mom. That's Dante, Come on, Dante. Do something about your situation. If we saw you making an effort to improve, we'd get off you. Yeah.
No, I mean, it's like the other caller said, his mind is not wanting to play football. It's wanting to do other things besides playing football. So, have him take a break, go do your little thing. And then if you're ready, then come back and play football. Take a little sabbatical. I don't know. Little off season off. Cause he doesn't want to play, Rumbo. He's got other things going on that he wants to do.
I fully agree, Shalil. I don't know. Most football players are like, that's all they think about. They eat, sleep, and drink football.
Right. And for Solomon Thomas, wherever you move him, he's a bust. He's a bust. He's a bust. Lynch got to admit that and move on from him. He's a bust. Wherever you put him in the center, he's hugging the lineman's ass. Just
he's gonna get a small contract next year. I think they're gonna want. If I had to bet, he stays with the team next year. He's not gonna get a stringer's salary or anything like that. They'll offer him something, give him a 3-year deal, maybe of $10 million or something like that. But that's it. Anyway, hey Leo, let me see you Sunday, fam.
Shout out to the 99 Flyers. Thank you for the platform, Rumbo. You have a good night.
Thank you, Leo. Night.
Wash your hands and hit those likes.
For sure. God, don't touch your face. Social distancing. Sheltering at home. Hey, Nighthawk.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, I thought that was your voice, Nighthawk. You were scaring me.
What's up, Rambo? What's going on?
We haven't talked to you, Nighthawk, in such a long time.
Yeah, I've been busy, man. That's why.
I can imagine so, Nighthawk. You know, Nighthawk, you got that strange sound going on again. Is that me? Or that's got to be. Nighthawk, you got a speaker on, or what is that? It sounds like R2-D2's having a conversation in the background.
I'm on speaker right now.
Okay, don't do that, Nighthawk. You know speakerphone always is a problem. Can you get off that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll get off it.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, that was it. That was it, Nighthawk. Nighthawk, please, never use speakerphone. Nighthawk, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, we're talking about our favorite guys tonight, and we're wondering, we got different opinions on it, and it's not been all bad for Dante Pettis and Solomon T. I call them the PT brothers, Solomon, Dante P. and Solomon T. And then, of course, we had Justin Skule. I'm looking at some of the rooms that are going around. Even the running back room is starting to be something you look at now. There's no weak link in that room. You know, so we got some positions. There's no weakness. The defensive line, Solomon Thomas, is not exactly the weakest, but he's not. God, Contavious Street may be the weakest guy. I don't know. It's hard to call on that defensive line. But Solomon's right there with whomever it is. So we look at that and say, oh, this is something we need to make room for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And Justin Skule, he's probably the weakest guy in the offensive line room. But he's going to be worked on a little further. 49ers need to develop him a little further. So last year was a little rough for him because he got put into a position he shouldn't have been in so soon. His numbers are way worse than I imagined, though. I didn't know they were that bad. He gave up 6 sacks last year. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
It might have been all in one game. I just didn't see that.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, we're looking at that.
Yeah.
But what do you think about these guys?
I think the reason why Shanahan ran for a new receiver is because Pettis is not doing what he's supposed to do.
Picked up 2 more. And they were 3.
Yep.
We got 1 of the undrafted free agents, 2 in the draft.
Yeah, so because he's trying to punish Dante and say, look, I can cut you right now if you don't do what I tell you.
Oh God.
That's why he gonna be tested during the practice squad when he do the training camp.
And hard too. So he's got to show nothing but drive and grit. He's got to look mean. He's got to have his game face on, even in practice, on a daily basis. Nighthawk, he cannot do any more half stepping. He's got to set himself apart. A lot of those guys out there, Dante Pettis, even some of the better guys we got on the team, he's better than they are. Dante can run better route than Jalen Hurd. He can run better route than Richie James. And in fact, he can probably run better route than Deebo Samuel. Deebo's just a tough dude. But Dante doesn't have any toughness.
Dante can't even, he's like a female because he don't want to get tackled.
There's why some girls that probably play a little tougher, actually. That's how Dante, because he does have them tendencies to make you wonder about how tough he is. He's that guy.
And every time somebody comes near him, he goes out of balance.
Yeah, I know. That's God, Dante. Drop a shoulder to that
come
dude.
On.
Yeah.
Debo, when he casts the ball, he casts it and go. He's
fight.
Like, okay.
He don't care.
He don't go out. He runs. He's like, you know what? Fuck you, all you people. I'm going in for the touchdown.
Or you got to, if you think I'm going down, you think again, you got to bring me down. Debo would just still pulling. Get off me, yes sir. You know, I'm telling you, man, that's the kind of guys we got now. Got a lot of guys like that. So
and the guy we drafted,
Aiyuk?
The receiver we got, Aiyuk, I seen his highlights. Oh,
he's good, ain't he? He's fun to watch.
I seen his highlights when he was playing. I was like, damn, he got a good footwork.
Don't he? And them shifty moves, that dude's gonna kill people.
And he knows how to get open. He knows how to get open.
Got that wiggle.
He got long arms. He know how to, like, if the ball's coming, he got no drops. He can catch the ball real good.
He's that guy. And him and Debo.
He don't have no drops. I looked at every game. Every touchdown he don't drop no passes.
Him and Debo go hold a clinic this year. I tell you, I can't wait. And you know it's going to be in a jet sweep. I mean, it's going to be Debo going one way and Aiyuk going the other. I can't wait to see that in action.
And if we had that one good receiver in the Super Bowl, we would have won it. If we had one good receiver in that game and who could catch it, if we had I bet you, we could have won that game.
You know, Nighthawk, Kyle, he should have kept. Did you notice they couldn't do nothing with Debo? They couldn't stop him. Every time he got the ball, it was just yard after yard after yard. When they caught up with him, they were definitely struggling with Debo. What did Kyle do?
And now they got extra weapon now.
It's all right. You know what? Everybody learned something in that Super Bowl, including Kyle. So I'm thinking next year.
Yeah, but now they got two weapons now. They got Debo and Aiyuk.
They got more in
combined.
there too.
So, yeah, and they're friends too.
Mm-hmm. So you know,
they're friends. They're friends,
which is a good thing. They got to argue about who's getting the ball. Nighthawk, we're gonna go. I'm gonna see you Sunday. Good to hear you back again too.
Okay. You too, man. Because you know what, I was kind of the reason why I left because when we lost the Super Bowl, I was disappointed. That's why I stopped calling.
A lot of people were. We'll get it back. We got another shot coming. We got 3 or 4 more years solid.
Yeah, okay. Well, like I said, I'm glad I called you guys, but be safe. Like I said, hit that like. Nighthawk is gone.
Yeah. Nighthawk. Hey, Hayden.
Hey, Ronbo.
Hey, Hayden. Well, Hayden, have you been listening? You know what we're doing tonight. We're looking at a few players. Hayden,
yeah.
You can also add,
Dante and Justin Skule and I forgot the last one. Solomon Thomas. How can I forget him?
Hey, but Hayden, you're not limited to those 3. Do you see anybody else that's probably looking a lot like somebody we can do without or dead weight? You know, a lot of these guys, Hayden, are good for rotation too. So, but you go ahead.
Yeah, if Trent Taylor can't stay healthy, I mean, I love him. He's like a beast when he's on the field, but, like, he just got to stay healthy. Ronbo?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought I was still out. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Hayden. Continue. I agree.
I like Trent Taylor, but I just hope he gets healthy. And I don't know about Richie James. Travis Benjamin, I don't know why we picked him up.
We need a certain amount of guys in camp. I keep telling people who think Travis Benjamin is there for some specific role. No, other than to add to the population of the roster that we need to do about this time of year. But other than that, Kyle used to know him.
I mean, I guess a punt returner, but like I watched highlights. He got a safety trying to make a play.
Bad judgment. You can't run backwards trying to get away. A lot of guys think they can make circle around pursuit, and that rarely works, Hayden. All right? If you play football, when you get a little older or whatever, if you're playing now, running around trying to escape pursuit by going lateral is usually only a few people get away with that. So, yeah, don't do it.
I only saw that like a few times. One of the times was in the Super Bowl. It was like a 3rd and 8, and Debo like went around and then went around. It looked like a pass, but then he ran and then he got the first down.
Yeah, it works on occasion, but all too often, usually the guy end up getting dropped for a loss. The defense has the advantage there because now as you're circling around, they can recover, and of course they're going to meet you as soon as you get around that curve. You know, a straight line is what you do. You can make small marks.
Apparently,
moves.
Justin Skule did bad, but like he did really good against Myles Garrett.
Yeah, that was interesting. He had several games where he was doing okay. His breakdowns He had a couple of games where he finally just got slaughtered, and I think that kind of killed his an average. And remember when Brunskill had to come in for him? Which team was that?
Yeah,
That he
that
was
was
getting?
the Green Bay. That was the Green Bay Packers.
That was Green Bay, right?
Like
Yeah, he was getting butchered.
Yeah.
And then Brunskill came in and stopped the bleeding, and I think that hurt his confidence that game, and he was kind of like a deer in headlights for the rest of the season. He needs to be worked with a little longer, though. They really shouldn't give up on him. Put him on the practice squad, do what you ever got to do, but work with him a little longer. This guy did a good job in college. 1 sack while he was at Vanderbilt. One time, he gave up 1 sack his entire time in the SEC. Hayden, you know how many monsters in the SEC playing defense? Who?
Yeah.
He has potential. So.
Oh yeah, and to clarify, some people still think Trent Williams and Richard Sherman are mad at each other. Well, apparently, right after the game, where Trent Williams sucker punched him, an hour later, they talked it out.
Yeah, they're okay.
After the game.
Yeah, they've been keeping in contact with each other for the whole time since then too. So they're kind of good buddies.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's even delighted to be on the team with Rich. He said he's really happy to play with him.
Yeah, and I think anyone would be happy if they go to a team that just went to the Super Bowl.
Tell you. And especially you're going to add to it. And actually, people are saying
especially the Niners.
Oh yes, of course, it's our team. And I don't know, Hayden. I refuse to say it, but people are saying it. I've heard it about 4 times now that it is believed that Trent Williams is better than Joe Staley.
Well, no, like
I have trouble with it too. I can't bring myself to say it. He's good, and if nothing else, he's got to be equal. But I don't know about Joe Staley's made some magnificent plays down through the years. Hayden, you were too young. You probably missed it, but a few years back, I think it was early in Joe's career. Anyway, Joe Staley sprinted down the field to make a block, and Joe can really run. Back at that day, he sprinted down the field about 30 yards in front of Alex Smith and annihilated this guy. It was the key block. Smith ran into the end zone, and that was when everybody said, Jesus Christ, Joe Staley can run. Wow, that was amazing. So, we'll see what happens this year with Trent Williams.
I'm confused with the wide receiver spot and who's going to be the replacement for Mike Person.
Brunskill. That's the offensive line.
Compton.
No.
But the depth thing says Tom Compton.
No. It's I don't know. They just haven't got that arranged yet. Brunskill's going to win that job. We'll see what Compton looks like, but I think Brunskill's got that one made. He's really just his stats say he's the right guy. He should have been in the Super Bowl game. Hayden, we're out of time. Let me see you Sunday, okay?
All right.
Have a good night.
Bye, Ronbo.
Night.
Right,
Santana. Santana. Come on in, Santana.
What's going on, man?
Santana, man, we're sitting here, man. Tonight, I decided, you know what? There's some guys that are no longer eligible for this team unless they make some changes, right? So when you think about those names, you look around the roster. Akella Witherspoon's name, of course, could be thrown in there. Richie James's name is going to be in there. Richie James is not that bad, though, so it's kind of marginal to say anything bad about him. Most of the defensive linemen, they're all pretty solid except for Solomon Thomas. The wide receiver room, poor Dante Pettis. He's probably as talented as most of them, but will he please display that talent? And then Justin Skule's just a victim of circumstance. He's a rookie that should have been, he's got talent. He just needs more time. But do we have time to wait for him? There's a lot of guys on our offensive line. Somebody might not make it. But Santana, what are you thinking of all these things?
Well, I mean, that's why Kyle and John Lynch bring these guys. They try to get the best. They try to get competition in there and see who survives the competition. And whoever comes out on top.
And get
better. It's obviously gonna. going to survive. So it's so same thing with the wide receiver, for the wide receivers and the quarterbacks and the backup quarterbacks and so everybody needs to step it up. And I kind of like this, this competition, like internally, because we have to have it competitive. In order for us to be competitive, we have to have our debt competitive, So so if a guy gets injured or some guy gets subbed out, we know that the next guy coming in is a fucking stud too, So I agree, but I mean, I kind of heard of Dante Pettis and stuff like that. I think we need to move on from Dante Pettis. I don't think he has it in him.
And does he fit this team anymore, too? That's another thing. No matter what else about Dante, does he fit this team? You see how they're building it now. Tough, rugged, mean, yak guys,
Yeah. Well, they kind of got their mold, like Kyle Shanahan got Dante Pettis, thinking like, oh, he has this talent, he's tall, he has big long arms. But what was missing from Dante Pettis was that dog, that mentality, So what happened then? So they went back and probably reviewed more videos, trying to get the same guys as Dante Pettis, but just with that yak, with that dog in him. So
hard to find. It's hard. It's hard for that to be both. Because look at OBJ. OBJ is good, but I don't know if OBJ has an ounce of yak in him. I mean, he's just not that kind of player.
No.
But him and Dante, kind of similar in that way.
Yeah, OBJ is more of just a flashy guy, makes those spectacular catches. He's just those type of guys that are in the field that at any moment can make that one big
explosive
play. Change the game, So that's OBJ, but he's not that type of player that, like you said, like the yak, like sheds off tackles and gets extra yards. He's just more of a guy that catches the ball in space and runs through people, So I mean, I would rather take Trent Taylor over Dante Pettis any day. Trent Taylor's a little dog, he has heart. Yeah, I mean, we have a good room of wide receivers, and let's see who comes out on top. Do you know how many wide receivers they're trying to keep?
I got a feeling this year they're going to keep 7. I really do. You can expand the roster. You can expand your roster a little bit, but good Lord, Santana, what if both Taylor and Hurd are fine, and they both can play? And then I count down after that. Jesus Christ, man. Wow.
Yeah, well, I mean,
there's going to be some good players that aren't going to make this team, I guess, if they only stay with 6.
Yes, there is. Yes, there is. I mean, so like I said, I mean, I feel like the ones that are going to be cut, I mean, it's kind of sucks to say it, but I mean, Richie James has been, a good receiver for the team and reliable and catches everything I've never really seen him drop a ball, But I think that he's going to be one of the guys that is going to be cut along with Dante Pettis, just to get these other guys. And then there's this other guy that I saw they signed. I think his name is Chris Pink or something like that.
Oh, Chris Finke. Finke. Yeah.
Oh, I saw a couple of videos of him. He looks like a stud. Trent Taylor. He reminds me of a mini Trent Taylor.
I've heard about him. I heard he's quick. So we're going to see. Wes Welker likes him, too.
Ronbo, watch some videos of him. You're going to like him, too. I like him. I can see him being a third down guy just along with Trent Taylor. So we'll see what happens, because they kind of have the same mold, same type of player style. So we'll see. But Solomon Thomas, he's good. He's all right. I'm going to give him another chance, see what he got. But
he's not going to.
And then I think they need to kind of reestablish the quarterback position, the backup,
corners.
With what's that guy they signed to, that quarterback they just signed.
A quarterback. You said quarterback or corner?
Yeah, quarterback. Yeah,
that's Brock Rutter.
Yeah. I saw a couple of videos of him, Ronbo. He's pretty good, so I think CJ's out.
Yeah, I got it. I'm going to spend the rest of the evening. I think I'm going to look at all those guys. That's very interesting when people say, we don't have any really sorry guys on the undrafted free agent list. And Jared Maiden is ridiculously good. And that was an accident, or somebody missed something on that one. that he even got in the
for
undrafted list. But so, anyway, Santana, let me see you Sunday. All right?
All right, man. All right, let's have a good one.
You too. Good night.
All right, man.
Mm. And all right. So we didn't say anything tonight. You know, tonight I'm going to mention, I'm going to post it up in just a little while. But we got an interview with Jared. I mean, you know, when you look at Jared Maiden play, watch him. He's from Bama. You wonder how in the world, and there's just a long story behind it. We'll talk to him. We'll find Jared's going to tell you exactly how he felt that evening, why he chose the 49ers. I'll put a list of things of what he talks about. You're really going to get this tomorrow night at 7 p.m. It's a premiere. Jared Maiden, 49er undrafted free agent. I got a feeling, strong feeling, he makes this team. Fam. Meanwhile, hit that like, fam. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be on the chat as we watch that video. You can join me in watching that video. We can watch that video together. I want you to check out Jared. This kid's going to be special. I got a feeling we got somebody, his versatility. You'll hear about it tomorrow. Big shout out to Vader. Vader, I see you out there. I want to thank you and appreciate everything you did in getting involved and making that connection as well. Yeah. Where was I? Oh, yes. And